Can't you see it in my face? A demon living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. You can't escape. No one understood the world that I was making. Look me in the face and tell me I was faking. Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? A demon living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it to the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it to the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it to the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it to the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it to the back of the pack, kill it anyway. You think you've got my number figured out? born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. Wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs, I lose the fight, I still rage against the night. Don't box I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. Simple, dear, I'll still be here when you're gone. You gather souvenirs, but I will never be your pawn, your pawn, your pawn. My love was in Got a chronic urge to complicate. Think of love like a friend, not an enemy. Feeling I have nothing left to hide. I'll say what you know it when it's right. Keep it simple now, living it before I die. Think of love like a friend, not an enemy. My love was in ever a game. I lay my cards out on the table. There's nothing to gamble away. But I can promise that you'll never be the same. But I can promise that you'll never. Have I become a little too shy for love? I've been hurt before. All's fair in love and war. So I snuggle up close to the shell I'm living in. And if I let you in, another round begins. No, I'm spinning in a vicious cycle. I'm scared of doing something I'll regret. Maybe this is right, but I'm still staring at your silhouette. What if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? What if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start? What if I miss out on the life meant for us? I need you by my side.
Should I be scared? The feeling's so different now. You got me floating here, a feather in the air. Oh, but when the wind blows, will I tumble or sail away? Or would you have me stay? And what if I escape? I know
I'm spinning in a vicious cycle. I'm scared of doing something I'll regret. Maybe this is right, but I'm still staring at your silhouette. What if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? What if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start? What if I miss out on the life meant for us? I need you by my side, by your side. I'm not afraid. We found something that'll never fade. We can be ourselves and figure out the rest along the way. What if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? What if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start? What if I miss out on the life meant for us? I need you by my side. I need you by my side. I need you by my side. is wrong. I feel it circling like vultures around my brain. Couldn't see the danger in your eyes. Draw me in, got me spinning now like water to a drain. You were perfect till I realized you hadn't shown your face. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along. A siren serenade, you're ringing out to pray. Your love's a wrecking, you know it's wrong. I was deaf to the ringing bells, wanting me to break, deafened by the sirens, soothing lies. I can't leave, I am in too deep, been sinking for a while. Prisoner to the same thing I despise, devoted to a fake. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along. A siren serenade, you're ringing out to pray. Your love's a wrecking, you know it's wrong. It's over, same story. You lose to love and glory. It's over, same story. You lose to love and glory. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along. A siren serenade, you're ringing out to pray. Your love's a wrecking, you know it's wrong. It's over, same story. You lose to love and glory. It's over, same story. You lose to love and glory. Living every day in your head for free. You can tap away, but I will not hear you scream. You can break the keys, spread your toxicity, your world outside reality. In your room, a little hideaway, but you let it through. Enough to go insane, living in the dark hasn't treated you well. You're building your own prison cell. Hey, wait, don't waste it on me. Spite, life's telling you, don't waste it on me. Did I brush you off? Is it your lack of friends? We never met, even if you pretend. Am I in your debt? I don't owe you nothing. Don't say something you'll regret. Hey, wait, don't waste it on me. Spite, life's telling you, don't waste it on me. Hate, rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, life's telling you, don't waste it on me. rise and flames call my name. I freeze, I burn, I blame. I love, I hate the same. 'It's on my face, I cannot hide from the mistake my parents made. I'm never moving on. Now I'm made from
5 seconds remaining.
a remnant of a selfish motive. Was I needed? Do I need?
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to ban.
Upper division time. Team Secret versus Team Tundra. Both teams are at a 1-1 at the moment. And we're going to see who of these two teams will move up in the pecking order, because there's a lot at stake. There is TI possibilities and at least staying in upper division as well, just as important. And we're in the draft already. I've got Kyle, I've got T-Gov, and they're going to talk some drafting strategies with
Dire
you all.
team's turn to pick.
4 bans have occurred, and a pick is about to take place.
Sorry, I should have set you up better. 4 bands. Yes.
They're going to talk about the draft, and we're so deep, we can talk so much.
Yes. I actually thought we were a little further ahead, so...
No.
Yeah, so Beastmaster makes it through. Which other heroes should we be worried about? Oh, actually, 33 is a Brood Mama player.
Sure.
Yeah,
Point that out.
Is that really playable into Beastmaster?
Axes and axes and axes and axes. To be fair, yeah, Beastmaster is one of the classic counters to a Broodmother. That also being Tide, being Storm.
Brood is good, don't get me wrong,
5
but I don't
seconds
think
remaining.
that it's like, okay. I don't want to do them
Radiant
dirty,
team's
but
turn to pick.
Hippomaniacs didn't win a game all last season. I'm not surprised to see them first 2 Broodmother because it's one. We should pick it again.
Yeah.
It's mainly,
Don't know if it's top tier, folks.
if picked correctly, that's the beauty of Dota, right? If a hero is picked correctly in the right slot, everything can work, right? You know,
10
like if you get
seconds remaining.
24 pick and you're slapping, you know, a Dazzle into the mix, it's going to work if it's got theory behind it.
seconds
So that is the
remaining.
beauty of Dota. But first phase Brood, maybe not so much. Team Secret, they see the opportunity to snap up a Beastmaster, which is, of course, a given. Last time they played it, Niche did absolutely destroy. Hellbear smashes with it.
It is Radiant side this time, though. I think it's definitely better on Dire. You can do a lot more stacking.
Yes and no. I think
Dire
both
team's
have the
turn to
same
pick.
capacity to farm Ancients plus hard camp. Key difference is simply on Dire side, you have the double camp that you can axe both at the same time. And for Radiant, you don't have that. But I think the efficiency of Radiant Tricamp is a little bit better than Dire. There's a slight trade-off, but Dire is, like you said, is better.
Storm Spirit.
When Team Secret
I can't
played against Beastmaster,
Yep.
it was that they went for, and they won with it as well, because Storm seems to be the kind of catch, the type of catch you need playing against that.
Yes, but they covered themselves with the Nyx Assassin.
seconds
which is
remaining.
Like, this is very much just great preparation by
Radiant
Heen and
team
Puppy,
ban.
because, you know, they recognize, to your point, importance of Storm, and they've already. I wouldn't even say it's a soft answer. Nyx is a pretty solid hero to play against Storm. It's incredibly difficult to dodge the carapace.
Well, the key thing here is the gameplay. It's now like Storm against Beast. It's zip Beast, get kill, reset. But now it's like if I zip Beast, what if the Nyx is invisible, vendetted, and there's a carapace on top? Now I'm gonna be out of position because I've disconnected myself from my team. You know, like that's why this second pick of pick Beast, pick a counter to the Beast. You're in a good spot. So yeah, I like Secret's approach, but Tundra, they have the confidence, right, to pick this Storm. They clearly know that it's going to have to be like an Orchid BKB type of game, and maybe they play around vision a little bit better now. Because against a Nyx, if you just have Sentry Ward, suddenly you're not too concerned. Storm can pick the fights he wants, so that's the key thing here. Tundra needs strong lanes so that they get to dictate the early entry to the game. If they're the ones behind, and then you have the Nyx going aggressive, you don't have your own grasp on vision, that's when the Nyx really kind of plays into itself. Beastmaster as well. It's really hard to deal with. So strong lanes. This is what Tundra needs now.
5 seconds remaining.
Even against, we'll see.
Team ban.
Wasn't it? No, it was a Quap that Nisha absolutely dominated.
Yeah, let's not talk about that series, all right? Let's not do Storm like that. Yeah, it was a hard game. He died twice solo. But yeah, okay, yeah.
Storm's got more survivability, and I think we've discussed this at length, but
also he can jungle, right?
Yeah, he can jungle, but more importantly, he can push the mid wave, and that's the trouble with a lot of these Beastmasters is they get level 3, have their bottle, water runes start to spawn, and they can shove waves very easily while also harassing enemy heroes. You get a bit of an HP advantage, and then you start to abuse and bully because of your massive base attack damage and your base armor. So if you can shove wave back against it and turn your mana into creep kills, then you can at least keep up. The big fear, though, is when Beast hits 6, especially with the Nyx, it's super easy to land a kill. Just roar into stun.
It'd be interesting if Secret ban up potentially like a lifestealer, because we just mentioned how Storm is counted in the jump now. But imagine if he has like the lifestealer infested with him, and it's now like a 1-2 punch of both of them going for the kill. Nyx can't really deal with that.
I like the Wraith King ban, though. I think that when you're playing Tundra, unless you have a great answer to the Wraith King, and also consider they banned out AM preemptively. So pretty much saying, hey, we're thinking about Wraith King.
I mean, if Team Secret has any TSD from previous season, it would be that Wraith King with the Giant's Ring that allowed Tundra, then Mud Golems to actually make a comeback. That was a mad game.
I don't know if you guys caught it. There was a hilarious NA Dota Division 1 game. Where there was a Wraith King with Giant's Ring getting pushed away from the throne by a Wyvern Ballista. That was, man. Envy is not the greatest Dota player, but he certainly can put on a show.
Entertaining, for sure. Ooh. And isn't that what all pro players are eventually?
No.
Entertainers?
No, that's definitely not.
No.
Oh, maybe not. But they do play for our entertainments. So, you know,
you're more like gladiators.
Potato. Oh, yeah, gladiators. That makes more sense.
And that's why I love seeing teams eliminated for their failures.
We got a Tusk as the last ban. Very cool. All right.
Sorka ban's the interesting one there. It feels like a hero in the offlane that has really good 15-minute timing, or at least, you know, first couple of nights where you play into an axe timing on Beastmaster and Storm won't have any day.
So the vision advantage would be absurd with the birds plus the night, like plus the Invis Nyx.
Yeah, I appreciate
you can't play Storm this game. We'll see. I think you just go for Puppy's hero here. Knowing him, it's not really his style, but I could see like a Shadow Shaman just because Lion's banned. It'd be nice to have a Hex. And maybe you don't need the lockdown because of the Nyx. You could just go for a defensive support. Oracle come to mind. Remove the Inkswell. The Orchid too.
Yeah, I guess like the real question is, do they want to keep the 4 open where potentially that Nyx can be a casual 5 with some range carry, then you pick up a really strong potent off-lane combo.
You could Ench as well and keep it open because it's a great lane with the Nyx Assassin and it could be a pop hero.
Okay, let's go for an Oracle.
All right. I think the Dispel is like Secret are really good about always making sure they have tools to answer the easy combinations of enemy drafts, and of Purge and Grimstroke.
I think Snaking's at boot camp with the guys.
Is he?
Is he? Because he said he was going to try to come over.
Like they're all in the same type of background, and Farta's background's now changed, and also they're all wearing jerseys. Therefore, I think they're now at boot camp. Which also,
what do we see behind him? Is this like a hotel room?
Yeah, I think this is some hotel.
Can we cycle through all the?
Oh, okay, maybe not 9.
Maybe not all of them.
Maybe there's.
This
not a
looks
boot
like the
camp at
same
all.
hotel where we have the same light.
Yeah, they're at a part of
33
boot
just
camp.
doesn't like the light.
Yeah, see? No, no.
Same bed
Bam.
frame. Yeah.
Boot camp.
This might actually be the same bedroom as Fada.
Oh, I mean,
He's just on the other side. No. But yeah, they are all in the same place other than 9. Thank you for cycling through there. And he apparently just got
10
there. His
seconds
backpack
remaining.
is still there and everything.
Hopefully, he's not
secret-
jet lagged.
I love how
5
both these
seconds
teams
remaining.
basically ignored the pick before and still went for their hero. You know, like they pick Storm
Dire
into
teams
you pick
turned
Oracle
back.
into Storm, and it's all about the big picture of their draft. And
Yeah, it's a good Spectre pick. Excellent synergy with Storm. This is a combination that I think EG, it's been more popular since.
the king
but
of late.
The Abed Storm with their RTZ Spectre was something they did for a number of years.
well, it's
10
good
seconds
because
remaining.
it's heroes that can defend their towers through kind of big spell aggression, but also
5
you want to
seconds
find the Oracle,
remaining.
you want to find the Axe,
Yeah.
and of course Spectre unlocks that, Storm
Yeah.
gets the perfect.
You also cancel the blink on Axe, so you can be safe that if Haunt is popped, you're going to win the fight, most likely. Consider Gripstroke Doom, excellent combo. You want to have vision to get those spells off, because if you land a double Doom and Storm isn't dead, you're
Radiant
probably
team's
winning the
turned
team
back.
fight.
Yeah, I guess the downside to this is simply they are very big, clunky heroes now, where Doom needs to have a really good laning phase to get that early BKB to get his team to play behind him. Otherwise, his Axe timing on Beastmaster will just be punishing the greediness of Storm Spectre.
When he played Doom against Halberd Smashers, it ended up working out. One
10
thing that I
seconds
also want to
remaining.
point out is that you mentioned earlier, Skeeters will play his 6th
5
game in
seconds
the season,
remaining.
and also his 6th hero.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's continuously shuffling
Dire
through
team's
them all.
turned
Maybe
back.
this one will stick.
it's very
Spectre's-
uncharacteristic.
It's his style, though. I
Yeah,
think
it's-
that they and this team functions best when Skeeter is on this hard carry, and then the rest of the team still have high impact heroes. They can trust that at some point they're going to win the game. They play better with late game.
They just need to be able to get there.
10
And
seconds
they
remaining.
have one more support coming into play, be it the 4, the 5, but they need
5
some, I think,
seconds
laning
remaining.
pressure.
Yep, the snaking here. I love the Lone Druid ban. That's the perfect finisher for
Radiant
Secret's
team
lineup, because they just need that hero that takes some aura from Beastmaster and plays in front of the Oracle and hits tower.
They need to get out of the game pretty quickly.
Yeah.
This type of lineup. They're looking to go first Aegis with the Beastmaster. That core with that Aegis is that tier 3 siege. They waste one haunt, bam, that's what racks the
10
games in
seconds
Secret's
remaining.
favor. If that doesn't come into play, you're seeing such a hard game because
5
Tundra's
seconds
lineup, I mean,
remaining.
it's very scary.
Realistically, they probably just go for a Lifestealer or a Jug, both available. Very nice matchups against the Spectre. And you have then the ability to pressure towers earlier on, but neither great against Storm Spirit.
Overall, last pick for Secret.
Yeah.
A Matu hero. He's played a lot of different heroes already. The only double one is the Gyrocopter, Gyro, Phantom
Yes.
Lancer, Jugger, and Sven.
It's certainly not a gyro game, I can
Dire
promise you
team's
that.
turn to pick.
Realistically, you
timing.
want them to play off of the Oracle as well. So it's like Troll, is that banned?
Are we surprised
Technically
Juggernaut is still full? I thought Jugger was
Both
always
teams
very solid.
have a pretty solid answer in the opener. Jug into Storm isn't super fun,
10
but it
seconds
is pretty
remaining.
good against the rest of the lineup. And in theory, now that you've seen how committed Tundra
5
are to
seconds
going
remaining.
late, you might want something that can come online a bit earlier, abuse the Healing Ward and the Beastmaster Aura, take early towers and Roche.
Yeah, this is where, for Secret, for me, I'm seeing more of an active style of carry. Like, maybe Luna, just to force the objective, get out of the game quicker.
Luna into Spectre is
Yeah, I mean, like, they're playing for the window of Beastmaster Ag, right? Like, big picture, we could say any pick Secret has here is bad because they're playing into double Doom Spectre Storm, right? But
Yeah.
true.
they're looking for a key window to play into. And the other alternative could just be like a casual deucer, but I feel
Radiant
just stand
team's
your ground
turn
and
to
quickly, first Aegis and go. Ooh, okay, they go Clockwork. Another very good hero for killing off the Oracle on the backline. It's more vision. They get to jump the axe. Yeah, Tundra has perfectly answered the essence of
Yeah.
the 3 picks after Beast.
And the 3, 4, 5 of Secret are now answered by the clock. It's a
10
very
seconds
difficult
remaining.
lane for you, and you could even consider tri-laning if you're Tundra.
And they instantly go
Phantom,
for...
choose your
okay.
hero.
So PA is actually 0% win rate in European
Yeah.
DPC.
And I heard you guys saying when you don't pick a what do you call it? A steroid for her,
Yep.
like a naked PA is bad.
Well, I think the thing here is potentially you do have that quick Aegis potential, again, coming out from the Beastmaster with the Ags, so that could be something they're playing into. And again, also the 0% is also 3 games too, which Liquid were losing in.
It's nice because the support to it doesn't threaten you too much, and you should lane pretty well against Doom. But I'm not a huge fan. Your whole draft doesn't really deal too much structure damage now, and you need Nisha to have a good time. If I'm Tundra, I'm gonna use a couple of early rotations. Definitely deal with Nisha's stack. I think that's going to be the name of this game. If Tundra can disrupt the mid-game timing of Secret, it almost guarantees they'll get it late enough to where they start to take a pretty firm lead.
I also remember seeing a clip, though, of an Axe diving a tower. He has got a Vanguard diving a tower and being able to just stand under it forever.
Think about the interview, though. You know, 33 just said about how he wants to play his game. Dude, pretty tanky hero now, has a bit more armor.
Yeah.
He's going to free up Clock and to play into that same lane.
I didn't even think about that. Sorry, but yeah, PA. I'm thinking PA is like gonna own Doom because Doom used to have 0 armor. He does not have 0 armor anymore. So yeah, I actually pretty heavily favor Tundra's draft. The benefit of Secret is they have more vision,
reset pace.
And exactly, really easy to just land kills continuously. But Tundra, if you watch the tape, do not let Nisha farm 9 stacks he made himself by 10 minutes. You will lose the game.
This is the Axes dance, by the way, just in case anyone wants to follow along at home.
Well, can Beastmaster win against the odds? We're going to find out. Let's head over to our commentary duo of Moxie and Purge.
Well, I mean, we've seen us flying left and right in all these games. It seems like Beastmaster is incredibly strong, but, you know, a lot of it's going to come down to, like the panel said, stacks, making sure that Nisha doesn't get all those. So, Purge, how are they going to do this? Because, obviously, on the side of Secret, they have a little bit more vision to work with here.
Yeah, well, that's not completely true. I mean, against Clockwork, a hero that's great at moving around and finding team fights. When they press Spectre Haunt, they instantly see where every hero is. They have some options here, and I think the nicest thing that I love about Thunder Draft is that it gives them the ability to gap close. The scariest thing about playing against Beastmaster is that his axes have 1,500 cast range. That means that going from your side to their side is very dangerous because you're walking through multiple layers of axes. But if you have a lineup that can instantly jump on, dive the opponents, Beastmaster has to spend time running away rather than just throwing the perfect wild axes every time. And they've got, look at their lineup, Spectre,
30 seconds to battle.
Work support. They've got a Doom off lane who's going to be a perfect goal for Inkswell. Like, they have great heroes for jumping on the enemy heroes and blowing them up quickly. And that's one thing you can definitely do to mitigate Beastmaster's mid-game and late-game effectiveness.
I mean, it's a situation as well where, you know, the Axe, he just waits patiently because you know that your opponent is going to be trying to get the jump on you. Can you try to use that to your advantage? We saw that in one of our earlier games where they knew that the enemies would be approaching them. They were fine with it.
Yeah, it can be good if you have a great setup, and they've got great heroes to do that with Oracle sitting behind. See if Snake King and paint for this one here.
It's not looking too great for him right now. I don't know if he's going to dive underneath this tower, though. Dagger comes in, and Matu gets the first blood.
See that? That's an Orb of Venom coming out of PA.
Axe is impressed.
Clockwork does not have a lot of armor at the start of the game, only 0.2, so definitely very valuable kill. And he didn't even secure the bounty either, so that was unfortunate. Rough, unfortunate.
Yeah, I definitely was trying to with those cogs. Did manage to burn just a little bit of that amount, but not quite the outcome that he was hoping for sure.
Yep. It's going to limit his ability or get kills, but now 3-3's in trouble. They're trialing in.
Bottom lane again. This is they have to play against a Doom early on. You have to try to take advantage of the fact that he's not strong level 1. So they put out a decent amount of harass. He does, of course, have a salve though, so 33 should be able to back pretty easily. But I do like the aggression coming out here from the side of Tundra.
Yeah, uncareful. I mean, he's a lot more survivable one than he used to be because of the extra armor, but he can't necessarily sustain as much raw damage over time because he doesn't have all this built-in regen like he used to. So if they can secure momentum, like a good farm speed, this should be fine, because I think Secret was one of the teams that used PA really successfully and made it clear that it was one of the top carries the last match.
Fata trying to put a little pressure here over onto Zayas. He's trying to go and mess with this creep wave. It's going to be able to teleport out, though. But again, TP is a lot more expensive than they used to be. Oh, Snake King.
Okay.
All right.
He ends up dying.
It's a second kill now for Matu, too.
Yeah. Oh, look what he's doing here. He's pulling. Oh, he messed it up, unfortunately. But he was hoping to pull its remaining 2 creeps into just part of the next wave. Because if he gets free denies, it's basically like the best that you can do as an option. Because that team is tri-leaning, at least at the start of the game here, this was pretty good for him so far, able to get at least 1 creep wave. So both areas should get a lot of farm, at least if these lanes stabilize the way.
Nice little cheeky play here from Snake. He is just continuously trying to be a thorn in their side, just pushing him back. They should take a long way around to get back to that creep wave here.
Yep, that's helpful. There's a little bit less, it's a little bit less experience all there. He should give us the tip. With that said, Snake King accomplished a huge amount this game. Not really, he's died twice. Gave first blood without getting, and that was a little rough.
How do you feel about the fact that he's rotating so much here? Because again, he's still sitting at level 1.
I don't think it's terrible. He kind of has to do something, and he wasn't going to do much in that off lane there.
Okay, well, some play here going up here in the top lane as they're going to try to get the kill on Zai. That's looking pretty good. Just a couple more hits, and down goes Zai.
Not bad. I mean, this is still damage 50. It's not amazing, but you know, an extra right click at the right time like that is great.
I think it's more about the positioning, right? The fact that you were able to use those cogs to try to push them forward towards the tower and also, you know, towards the heroes.
Yep, it's kind of because this gets more right clicks an absolute necessity. Does grab the enemy bounty runes, so slight advantage here for Secret so far. But Nine's doing pretty good mid lane, 19 last hits, 20 last hits, now so he's slightly ahead of Beastmaster. But we all know we'll be able to catch up, most likely, so this changes.
Yeah, I mean, name of the game is just pay attention to what's being back here. As Yaxter makes his way over. They do have a ward over there on the side. I'm a little surprised about this. Vortex right back underneath the tower. It's a good pull in there from Snake. Just holding him in place, and those axes are nice, but not quite nice enough. As Line now sitting a little bit low, but should be able to heal back up again. It was a great play. That timing.
So cool. It just, and most importantly, the perfect value of showing how cool it is to be able to TP 900 range now. TP'd, and as soon as the TP finished, you got the cogs within tower range. Like normally, you're not going to get that same advantage. Great reaction and showing the value of cog circumstance from a support clockwork.
Now, we were a little bit concerned earlier on with King's performance. Again, he did give up split and died a couple times. But I'd say that, you know, he's definitely making an impact in this game now, and that is something that he does very well. I've watched him a lot over in the NA region for quite a while now, and that is one thing that he's really being able to kind of be really annoying, I guess, like put pressure on the map and show up, just help secure certain gangs. Not those eye. Top lane gets called off. There is 33 though, so I don't think I have anything to cancel this TP, unfortunately. So I will survive. Go right back over to the tower. Oh, look at the dagger coming in.
Already, it was just an animation.
Okay,
it was damage before his TP finished. Like, I don't know, must have been a lingering animation thing.
Today I learned.
Right. Zai's doing a great job though. He's got somehow 26 last hits, despite starting in a 1v2 dual lane, and the pull that he did also limited.
Yes, Radiant fortified their structures.
9 sitting very low. He has to be careful those axes coming in. We'll call out the Storm Spirit. Top lane is kind of running around here throughout the creep wave. The 2 supports try to slow him down, trying to make a play here. I don't think they can.
Yep.
Look at this, he just turns back around, reacts, drags him through.
Yep. He knows that he's vulnerable here, so he's just doing a lot of
Spire have fortified their structures.
The opponents don't get to pressure him and kill him. So that's why PA sits ahead of Skeeter's. He's been a little bit effective creeps and getting farm on him. Doom is still getting net worth, and he's doing okay in that sense. The Axe, it's actually about the same. Axe and Doom have about the same net worth. I imagine this is a lot of small camps. That size picked up, so maybe a little bit inflated looking at numbers.
I mean, you say that, but take a look also at PA, who's just been allowed to basically free farm the entire time. 46, sorry, CS, and then 22 with those denies. That's a lot of denies. Like, you feel like you should be concerned about that? Man, on the side of Tundra here.
Zion trouble.
I don't. No, he's fine. He's fine.
So absolutely, it's got more last inspector by what right now, so it's going to be a fast timing. But the denies doesn't really matter that much because nobody's actually been in the lane. So it's a little bit. It's just like the denies just a function of lane control. still. If somebody had been sitting in this lane the whole time, absolutely, the demise is really worrisome. But for now, he's just controlling the wave. And it looks like he's going to go for a fast Deso this game. Not going to see the more standard Battle Fury into other items that we see on. What's cool about this is different than most people are trying to play PA right now. They're still trying to play the ultimate. But if he buys Deso, that's going to make him valuable at the start of the game. Where instead of just being able to farm, and a lot of carries do need to be activated or be effective. So yeah, Deso and he
Connects, and that's dead. Yep, in the mid lane. You can see the teleport coming out from the Oracle. Hunting them, perhaps trying to force Zai back. And I guess they're trying to do a bit of scouting too, like I said, to make sure that if there are stacks up there, that you should not for oh, little. Still alive, that does have 12 ops. Most likely going to sacrifice here, and they could get their hand. Trying to use these advantage. They're not going to be able to.
got a lot of damage between these two supports right now. So if somebody is getting but so far gone all for both sides. PA really dwarfing the Spectre right now in last hits. It's about 1,000, sorry, net worth. He's about 1,000 up on where Spectre is. Beastmaster is dwarfing Storm by about 1,000 worth as well. So they're not slowing down. Secret 2K net worth up already at the 8-minute mark, which has got to be worrisome.
Because of the fact that Phantom Assassin, especially the way she's built, does come online a lot faster. And we talked a lot during, a couple of different panels saying that, okay, Storm seems to be that particular, I don't want to say necessarily counter to Beastmaster, but is very strong against him, like I said. They want to get on top of him so he can't sit back throughout these axes. Is this going to end up being an issue, though, that Storm is just, behind here?
Absolutely. Net worth is always really valuable. But I'd say that kind of goes both ways. Roar is really effective at locking down Storm if him or somebody else gets it first. So with 9 being a bit behind, and it's a little worrisome, but most Storms right now are just playing this Yasha plus Sange build, or sorry, Kaya Sange build, because it's a suitable stone and it's more effective. You get spell. You get similar levels of spell amp, better than Bloodstone. Bloodstone's just really expensive. You basically get more at a faster time. You just need the initiator for the team in a lot of ways, which is part of the reason that Storm is a little bit more effective and slow.
Snaking means I don't think he realizes Matumba Man is here, and boy, does he do a lot of damage. So that'll be yet another kill, a third kill for Matumba Man on this PI.
He's scary. He's got his first mithril hammer. He's very, very close to getting his item finished. He's going to have a possessed master. Also, he's super happy to take the fights. Spectre is usually countered by minus armor, so this should be a good solution as well. So apparently, steal enough minus armor, he should be able to cut through Spectre without too much worry.
Let's get. He's trying to hit these creeps. He goes walking by. It feels a bit tough now for the side of Tundra because the full-on invade, it feels like right now, from Secret.
Yep. And this is a nice thing to do, very normal to go invade in this position. Doom going kind of an interesting item build too. He's maxed out Devour, and he's after the phase boost, which is really good considering what build that Matumba Man is doing. Lots of minus armor means that Mech is going to give him an abundance of armor on Doom and allow him to try to save his team in these control engagements. If you have a hero like Spectre, you already reflect damage that he takes, putting more HP on top of him with an ally mech is a really cool solution to try to make these fights go.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
attack.
attack.
For a lot of people them just now. Boots to speak.
I know. I was looking at his inventory. It's been empty so long. It felt really bad.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
Pressure here on the top area. Snaking, hopping out the tree line. He is only, of course, level 5, and they have the pockets. Not out the courier here. So Zai pick it up. Of course, the turn was already completed. Snaking is not looking like he's in a great position here. Does he get a hook shot? Tries to get a stun off. Tries to do anything that can to just slow them down a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's another kill from Matumba.
Courier with the culling blade gives him boom speed bonus to find the kill. Nicely done. Maybe gank here. He's fine. Yeah, I'm not going to. Just going here to defend the tower. Want to keep it up as long as possible. It allows Secret to continue to pressure the map. Thus, Peter's got Blade Mail finished on the other side of the map, so he's relatively happy. But the one downside that we're seeing for Tundra, they do have a natural initiative, of course, as we pointed out earlier, but they're not going to have a blink anytime soon on Doom, so he's going to have to play a little more of like a frontliner please initiate on me, not my
They're
teammates.
beating on
So,
Dire's top
Right.
tower.
I don't know if we're going to see a Doom get used for a while here.
Lane Yapster keeping tab on Skeeter here. Will open up. And down with the impale. Oh, look at that damage though, Skeeter. So, way. Snake King coming back in, but gonna really find an opening here. Go for hook shot. Doesn't quite connect. We'll just act as a buffer.
I think I'm juked to the obvious place. I'm going to keep going straight like noob and you'll miss. Actually works against Robo. It's like, why would he not dodge? Sincerely.
The
Dire's
mental
middle tower
warfare
isn't going to
of
last long.
Dota environment.
Stuff already though. They could, if they want to. It did force Peter back to heal, which isn't great for him, but well, mana burn is
Yeah,
still
nine doesn't want to fight here. 9 wants to back off for now.
Well, he actually is going to Kaya into Orchid. He's not going to go for the Kaya Sancho in popular.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's good if you want to get kills. And
Right.
again, like I said a moment ago, they don't have group initiators. So with the Doom going for a mech build, so when they jump on either solo or solo or either the support, so that's an absolute advantage. And I guess if you don't go Orchid, you're Oracle, you're going to have a bad time anyways, because at least you want to jump and silence that guy before go on to be important. It's just going to get saved every time. So hopefully a little bit necessary to go this build.
Coming out now from the side of Tundra. A big smoke here from Secret. They're actually just narrowly going to miss each other, but they've wrapped around. They have their eyes on 33. Walk close. Matsu standing back. Tiger opening up. Follow. This is the stop comes over onto the PA, but the rest of the team, they have to get in there. That's it. That's going to be the hunt coming out from Skeeter. He's on the hunt. He's got the blade move, but eventually 33 does snaking. Trying to get the grab here. Trying to draw them forward. They'll get the slowbind off on the back line. The back shows up just in the right moment as he goes and gets the dunk on Skeeter. Fato will also fall as snaking, running for it. Like, look at this damage coming out from atop of Amanda. And it's showing the axes from downtown. That will get the kill.
Dire's snow fortified
Great
their structures.
Time uses way too super secret. Having the Deso in the Orb of Corroded and minus 9 armor at 13 minutes. You don't even have that
Dire's
right
middle
now.
tower
Like,
just
he
went
looked
down.
like he had no armor, and he's got an abundance of armor with his skill bow,
Radiant's
with his item
bottom
build,
tower is under
phase boots
attack.
and mechanism, and he still died real soon. Most of that was axes. Big fight there for Secret. That would have launched was huge. These cool little
Not much
guns.
good's
You
happening
can
to
just walk
Radiant's
into
bottom
Roach Pit
tower.
and toss these axes and go instead.
Plus the fairy trinket over on Nisha too. He's got everything he needs in his kit. And Sign has that invisor. Oh, he spots out the Skeeter. They want to make a move on this. The just went thinking, trying to get to be able to grab it.
Radiant have fortified their
So
structures.
they were trying to wait for
Not much good's happening to
Fire,
Radiant's
but
bottom tower.
I think it's really cool that with this PA here, I just stayed in the middle and going for this Orb of Ocean plus. So it secure the
Radiant's
lane
bottom
with the
tower
fast
is
orb
under
of
attack.
lane. Then they get Orb of Ocean, then they get Deso, and now they can do the fight timing.
Radiant's bottom tower is
He's
no
coming out.
more.
Patiently, it is Sign. Not too will show. And yeah, he should be able to just get out very easily here. Snaking also going to retreat. Has that retreat. Doesn't see it after, but he's underneath his own tower. When it's only 8. I mean, if Nazi shows up, they get a little hairier.
Yeah. So what's so cool about that? It not only gives them this amazing fight timing at that early time period, but they can also destroy tower with it because there's so much minus armor. It makes Roche easy because it's really like Florida from your carry position. So little build it's meant fitting a hero that anyways, and suddenly it looks like a strong carry.
I love the way that they're doing it though. They are just being so incredibly aggressive over on the side of Seek. Making sure, oh yeah, like you can see the timings here. And the jump again over to 33. Zero has armor, but just doesn't look that strong in comparison to what Matsu's packing here.
And
Dire's
picked up the
structures are
ice,
fortified.
but the issue now is that there's a
Dire's
lot of
bottom
magic
tower
damage
is
coming
under
from these
attack.
axes. He's going to need to pivot in EKB or maybe some magic resistance shortly
Dire's
after this.
bottom tower is
But they take the
fallen.
tower and continue the map picture here, and they're feeling great with the Aegis.
How does room here? Because again, it just feels like this is very high octane Dota that we're seeing. They want, obviously, you know, give enough time to ski it so that he can get those out. But the way that Secret is just constantly taking over this map, it's looking very difficult. And we have a blink on the accident. So have to be even more careful. In fact, they find the jump up to the high ground from the Impale. Oh, mana burn the even go. It's just a beautiful setup from Zop.
Single hero landed their AoE abilities on them two heroes every move of that. It was incredible in addition, and it's really tough. Zeke keeps playing around each other like this. It's so difficult to fight. And in the mean, they basically just did Tumble Man. He just did it. He's going up on a solo.
All right, maybe they can make something happen here, though. Looks like Nine's trying to drag back, trying to but he can't seem to do it.
Top tower has
Almost killed the courier, but luckily still missed. Burn the Aegis, but yeah, best thing Nine can do is cover 3 times. He's got a regen going, so he's pretty successful doing this.
What's up here from the Apsor? Then everybody just teleports off and in, and down goes 3. These boots travel on Nisha, man.
So while the Doom build was so great, it doesn't do much of anything against the Axis. They're stacking amplifiable magic damage right through all this armor that Doom's packing with right now. He's just trying to finish his dagger so he can get a Doom off.
Yeah, look at the replay. Oh, it's beautiful from Zai. I don't even think they had any sort of vision there.
They ward right at the start. That's how they spotted them here. Hanging out in the area. That was like 4 axes in a row. It is so much damage.
How is Beastmaster getting through these traps? I don't understand. It's too strong. It does too many things. Too many boxes purge.
It's really good. And people theories how to beat it all, but if it's the patch, it just gets really, really hard. Again, some of these top players and top teams, they're gonna abuse it well. Is that kill? He jumped 3 attacks, got a crit on the 3rd one, but yeah, there was no chance Fada lives there. I'm playing bottom a little bit.
Just have to be very careful. He do the blink on the Doom now, so he is going to be able to be a little bit more of that initiator. But Yapser's just done a job of keeping all the get look at it. They'll use their hop. Hope that they down over the back lines, able to take down Yapser. They've linked them up over here on the side with the soul bind. Can they do it? Can they do enough damage and cut that dude down? Oh, but the Oracle comes with clutch saving from Puppy as they're just chasing him down. They don't have any way to heal him though. He might stop if they're not careful. No, he's got just enough as he's find Bot to go down. 9 also the roar comes up from Nisha somehow during all this. He's coming out from momentum. He wants Skeeter. He wants can he get there in time though? Down snaking and Nisha says, don't worry, buddy, I got Skeeter.
It was basically perfect for Tundra with the double Doom on those 2 heroes. Axe taking him out of the fight, and Beastmaster no axes because couldn't kill him. Puppy was just running around that whole fight, continuing to pump magic resist and heals onto Beastmaster. And because of the current that special, he could stay on top of him.
Radiant's bottom tower
continue keeping the damage. And Beastmaster was just too fast there with his boots of travel. 425 movement speed is what he's doing at with the talent and this. So Spectre just couldn't stay on top of him and get the damage in.
Again, just Puppy definitely coming in clutch there with the false prompts. Big play though on top lane, see if they can get a pick off on Yapser, which looks like they'll definitely be able to do. GG branch is dropping over on the left. They have to be careful. Matu's here, and he doesn't have any fear. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down goes Fata. There's a lot of people here. No Zion, look at this. Waiting patiently, wants to go. They don't have the Aegis and just in minute to grab a couple of the Matu's a little bit low here. He's got to be careful. It doesn't actually fall. 33. They're trying to climb his way away. Not going to be enough. Zion also down here, and Puppy also in danger. The roar comes out though from Nisha. Nine decides not going to be able to do it. They'll turn back around and the damage down goes Skeeter.
You know, that wasn't bad considering the placement in the game. They picked off PA, they got the Axe, they built the Nyx right at the start as well. Not off for them, but again, Beastmaster just looking for the hero of the patch right now with that engagement. But not crazy for PA, but I really love what Fodder did. As soon as he got jumped on, he put an Ink Swell on him. If he puts it on himself, die before it doesn't do anything. He knew that he was going down, but the Ink Swells to give him damage to help them secure that really important PA kill. So that was nice.
That is a very thoughtful play. Yeah, so hunting snaking. He's got so much information in this game. That's fairly looking around. Might actually find Fato. He's been mental. Put up with that stun. Plus the spike carrot. Hook shot comes in. Root them into place. They have enough damage. They have the beat it. Now maybe just a little bit too far forward. Taking a lot of damage. Tries to pass up a little bit more time. Soulbind comes out. So Puppy gets Instead, Snaking already falling. Matu being chased over here after Skeeter, but we get the double tap over on the back lines as Fox does eventually fall. Can they get there fast? Can they do anything? Matu just run away, and yeah, that double doom was beautiful, but it didn't enough.
Yeah, they just weren't quite ready for that stage, unfortunately. Thinking was probably still healing at the time. They didn't have any follow-up, a lot of man, so they protect themselves a bit, and they get one kill out. Yeah, they killed Oracle.
Keep this back.
Okay, they bought supports when they said.
Oracle brought back, yeah. But look at this. They know the Doom is down. They know Soulbind is down. Zai getting its position, maybe a little bit off, but not too just into the back line. Takes that Fonta. There's a is being so scared. And thinking he goes, he throws him up into the cogs, but I don't think he's the one who's trapping. I think he's with Matu here. He just keeps dodging around, throws out another dagger. It's just very scary for them to try to approach this PA at this time, especially if you consider the counter initiation that they have as well. Matu jumps in, gets an advantageous jump forward. They still haven't confirmed exactly what they're going to try to burst down this back. And by God, they can do it. It's just axes flying left and right here. And they just can't seem to get their baits. Look at him, doesn't care.
Oh my God.
Doesn't care. Finds Snaking, happily takes out. Does a little dance inside the face.
He's got like 30% life steal right now between the Possessed Mask, the Move Mask, and the SMO. He's queuing up the Satanic. He doesn't need a stabilizer.
They almost managed to grab him there.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
There's so
Some bad things
tempo here
happen
with this
to Dire's
PA
middle
and
barracks.
the advantage that they offer. 27.
Dire's
9,
middle barracks have fallen. Dire's middle barracks are taking
I
damage.
mean, this is
Dire's middle
that
barracks have
0%
fallen.
win rate. Yeah, Phantom Assassin is about to change, I have a feeling. This is looking very, very powerful the way that they have played this game, the way that they have built the PA. But again, you know, things over until until the ancient crumbles. So we'll see. Maybe Tundra can find some footing here. But it's looking very difficult.
It is. I mean, Spectre's not even, doesn't feel like a player that can come back at this point. I mean, it's behind what the end is. It's not like, won't half the net worth that PA does. That's why PA just armor gets reduced. He's life stealing at least most of the damage that he's taking. And PA stays alive, so Spectre just hasn't been successful enough in this fight. So they were hoping on Tundra fight.
Yep, so he's got to be careful here. And they do have a sentry down. I can see the axe is getting tossed out, though. It's always Yapko +1, it feels. Usually it's Nisha because he's boots to travel. They'll immediately take down the sentry ward, make it a little bit safer. But poor Fox, I feel like it's got to be terrifying to get anywhere on the map if you're not in the base. And even then, in the base, I feel like Monster will just jump in.
And that's one of the issues of Grimstroke. You can't keep yourself very well against gap closers. You can't instantly throw a stun. He's the perfect counter, at least in small stretches here. If you see Grimstroke, you jump on him, and he can't do much other than say, like, oh, my spells will help me. I have got, 40 seconds, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
under attack.
not the best plan.
It's not. Doom is going back for think about going Ags this game for BKB. He's going back for Ags again. He's getting close. It does increase the duration by 6 seconds, and it applies break when you ult. If he can Doom PA or Axe, it's really, really good. Ideally both, of course. Break passive. That means he doesn't get her ulti, and I believe the passive of Blur will be gone. 80% evasion for like 16, 22 seconds. It's gonna be reduced a lot SNY, but it'll be a counter. Yes, effect. If you can get this, they'll give them teamfight options.
All right, well, they know that the Roche is up, and they know that Secret definitely wants to play with, but you have to keep in mind Matumba Man has picked up a Satanic as well, so it really all depends who gets the initiation on who first, and also, that Soulbind is like very important for Tundra to try to get as many people as possible with that double doom, which they've done the double doom a couple times now, but they just have been lacking the damage to follow up and actually get kills. Look at this. Oh, yeah, that is a Spectre there. Matu slides him into ribbons. One big old crit, and down goes Spider. Does have back. Snaking needs to be careful. He's trying to draw their attention over to the side here, trying to make a little more space. It's Matu. Now, there's out the. Oh my gosh. All right, he's just absolutely obliterated. Now, over on the backside, Fauna says, oh, please, no, please let me be. It's a rough game. Over inside. Of course, coming in with the call, and it's a triple kill now from Matu.
Nature's way.
I mean, why not just give them all kills? It's not like it's difficult. to pick them all up.
He just walked right into the base. Follow up here though from just that adds on line. They'll turn around. He's gonna get this though. Has the deep applied. It's gonna be the jump forward again. They've got the Yules. This is not looking great for Nisha as I was looking for the open. Finally, they do manage to take down Nisha. Nice coming out here from the duck comes out from Zai. And 9 looks like he should be able to just teleport out. Exhausted their resources. Look at this. Mati's just been hanging out in their base, hitting buildings, having to let go. Kill even. Look at this. Just goes right back in. Has to be careful. Angry, dire folk here. But again, they silence. To trying to win. They're right the double side again with the soul fight. It's Mati does not care. During all of this, they managed to get the full promise on. He's silenced. He's doomed to but he's still alive and kicking, and he's looking for more as he ducks over. They try to put it across, not able to quite do it. His knife things well over here onto Skeeter, but get Matu. He's just running around, and these backlines. Yaps is absolutely snaking, just sliced apart. And again.
They really look over here.
Just chasing after Skeeter, casually strolling on up. You can see Zai waiting. He's flipped again. There's a board coming out from not the use of it, but again, Matu just jumps right back in. He sees Father. He's got the glimmer cape on him, but there's the dagger. He's beyond. Kill this man.
Got way too much life steal. He got the life steal 15 as well on top of it. They call GG. That was timed by Seek.
Gonna pad those stats to get that final kill off, but yeah, beautiful game coming out from Secret, especially with the very aggressive lineup and the the peak just popped off so hard, Purge.
Yeah. I mean, he was sitting at the end. Once he got Satanic, he was sitting at about 45% lifesteal. So out of any damage he did, without being Satanic, he was going to heal 45% of that back. So it's like, you basically have to chain stun on him for 10 seconds while your whole team focuses him to kill him. And he's got 80% evasion, which they did not have the resources to solve in that match. So they just got way too far behind. Team Secret hit that crazy timing with fast so on P8.
Polarizing hair and pain, pumping through my veins. Eyes in flames, call my name. I freeze, I burn, I blame. I love, I hate the safe I embrace inside of me. I only fuel the fire. But is it wrong for me to fight against the balance of my power? History in halves, one brain. I will break the chain. Oh no, どこには呼ぶ燃える裏目凍ると僕の愛と嫌いにいる Oh no どこには呼ぶ燃える裏目凍ると僕の愛 came up short today. Feels like I fell 1,000 times. Nothing but doubt to flood my mind. 'Cause sometimes it's hard to remember why I ever started racing with my dreams. A restless December, feeling I was meant for more than I believed. I'll never surrender, rather try and fail and fall 1,000,000 times. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I know as close as I am now, I will struggle, I will shout. There's no stopping, there's no doubt. I'm on my way. There's no stopping, there's no doubt. I'm on my way. I swear I meant to do this. I'm told that love would never lie. Where my head has met my heart and they are beautifully aligned. But sometimes it's hard to remember everything I've done that's brought me to this space. I started with embers, now a raging fire is burning in its place. I'll never surrender, rather try and fail and fall 1,000,000 times. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I know as close as I am now, I will struggle, I will shout. There's no stopping, there's no doubt. I'm on my way. There's no stopping, there's no doubt. I'm on my way. I know as close as I am now, I'm on my way.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew hard, her bow dipped down. Below me, bully boys blow. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side harpooned and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed. The captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the whaleman's creed. She took that ship in tow. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. For 40 days or even more. The line went slack, then tight once more. Our boats were lost, there were only 4, and still that whale did go. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on. The line's not cut and the whale's not gone. The wellerman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew and all. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Something's wrong, I feel it circling like vultures around my brain. Couldn't see this danger in your eyes. Draw me in, got me spinning now like water I realized you hadn't shown your face. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along. A siren serenade, you're ringing out to pray. Your lungs are wrecking, you know it's wrong. I was deaf to the ringing bells, wanting me to break, deafened by the sirens, soothing lies. I can't leave, I am in too deep, been sinking for a while, prisoner to the same thing I despise, devoted to a fake. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along. A siren serenade, you're ringing out to pray. Your lungs are wrecking, you know it's wrong.
About that game is the pre-match interview. We heard about 33, how he loves playing in the off lane, zoning, supports into him, making sure his carry's having a good time. He'd gone top after like a couple minutes.
Well,
he'd left the lane.
He can't do anything down there.
I know, but it's just the idea of the interview to the game. It's bless.
Yeah.
But what you're saying is Team Secret set a very high pace to that first game. Is that something that you're hoping that Tundra is able to match this time around as they get their hands on the IO that we haven't seen in quite a while?
Well, it's typically banned out. It's like 100% pick ban, if I'm not mistaken. That's a team I'd be very afraid of giving a Wisp to.
Yeah, Matumbaman has been practicing it as carry throughout the Season 1 and DPC major, but are we going to see it carry? I don't think so. Oh, IO Tiny. Is this going to be just the Tiny carry, the old age?
I think it can go both ways. Well, Tiny mid, if not the partner, is still very effective. Because you have great kill potential and excellent synergy with Wisp in general. Lifestealer second, wasn't touched or banned last game, but you can imagine it would be here. Very good against a potential carry Wisp because of the max HP damage dealt through Feast. Likewise for Tiny. And you already have excellent delivery with your puck.
Yeah, it's important to have a call that won't just die to the blow up of a Tiny.
Yeah. You get a nice, your armlet is huge and you're real strong. You typically can grab that about the same time Tiny has Blink Dagger.
I guess for me, the only downside of a Lifestealer is you are a bit more static in lane. You don't really make moves on the map. So again, you're relying on your team to make these plays. If it is the puck mid and there's just now a Tiny mid against it, it's a Tiny favored matchup. So I'm a bit worried of the direction that Tundra's moving in. I want to see them be able to make moves on the map, actually make some plays where we outnumbered you and we're killing you, rather than reacting to salvaging lanes. And it's kind of been a trend of most of the games so far in DPC is they're not being super proactive. Their drafts do feel a bit more static, like they've had Abaddon and Wyvern before. We just saw the previous game where they have ultra late game dominance, but nothing to really kind of propel them into mid game. And I guess that really relies on, Snaking's hero pool, and him being on a position 4 that does a bit more damage, actually kind of can dictate the tempo of the game. Like he's played Spearbreaker so far to no avail. He played just Clockwork just then. It didn't feel that that impactful. So Snaking really needs to kind of come out and kind of prove his, I feel.
Spearbreaker, also one of the heroes that we saw coming out from Team Secret. I haven't seen a lot of Spearbreaker. These two teams both
Secret is undefeated.
Yeah.
My favorite hero.
Well, there's very few replacements for Earth Spirit Tusk. And I think those are the de facto 1, 2 in some order of 4 positions right now. Tiny could be played there, but as a 4, I think it's a bit better. And then there's this whole host of heroes. You just look at the pool, you're thinking, okay, what has a stun?
What goes in?
What can do what Tusk can do, but not quite as good? And Spearbreaker's definitely in that B tier of maybes.
Tusk is still in the pool as well, though.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't think it will be for long. Otherwise, I imagine Secret just scoop that up, no problem.
Yeah, why not?
Interesting to see what type of direction Secret goes with their IO Tiny opening, because like we mentioned already, there's so many variations. Carry Tiny, mid Tiny, 4 Tiny. IO can be carry, can be 5.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I still feel like this could just be the carry in the 5. That's kind of my gut read right now.
5 seconds remaining.
Really? I would disagree. I think it's more likely your 1-2, potentially. Especially when I see a puck. I think core Tiny just becomes so much more valuable.
Just these bans. Oof.
And yeah,
these bans feel very safe laney bans, you know?
Yeah.
I think I'm just touching on the interview again. 30 was like, I want to annoy that safe lane. And all these bans from Secret is like, you can't annoy us, Chief.
Yeah, well, I would say favor the idea of a IO core.
Well, they're both strength
5
carries.
seconds remaining.
You would both play them on the safe lane.
Yeah,
guys.
exactly. Yeah, but yeah.
No bickering, please.
No, we're just
having a conversation with Mom.
Yeah, leave us alone, Ma.
Wow. Like how to control it fast. Like, okay. So what are we gonna see in the bans then? Last 2 bans. What are we worried for? IO Tiny generally weak against Disruptor. Might want to give a cheeky ban on the side of Team Secret for that. Any other things that are good against IO Tiny just by default? Doesn't matter what position they play.
I think Witch Doctor was something we used to use back in the day. Maledict very effective against these strength heroes. And you have pretty nice synergy with Puck Lifestealer. Also secures your laning phase. Can also really be run as a 4. We don't see it very often anymore. That was something Zai used to do back in the day when he was still in that position.
Turn to pick.
The AA.
That's a good ban, especially with Puck Lifestealer already selected.
Yeah, and Gyro, the last ban coming out from Tundra. So far.
Now Secret need to kind of decide exactly what's happening. Like, is this the 5-IO, etc.? Because this pick here, you can't flex these 2 heroes too deep into the draft. It's so hard to do it. Unless they just go for like just a casual offlaner. It's like, haha, you have no idea what we're doing.
Well, there's not many of them left.
Yeah, they're kind of gone. All right, they just go for the Tusk.
Yeah.
Yep, strong.
There's just no reason not to. It's too strong. IO save for the Tusk support. You've already banned out the 2 offlaners that would give you the most trouble.
Yeah.
And it was nerfed pretty hard. The spirit damage specifically, but it still seems incredibly powerful. Like, the damage was nerfed by like 40%, and yet I still see IO picked or banned every game, and first picked, I'm a core, and you still win.
Yeah, it's all timing, right? It's like when we saw the Broodmother game earlier, like the hero just has such a dominant window of the game where if you just play for that, it is really hard to deal with. And yeah, now with the Tusk pick, obviously the IO Tusk pairing looks much stronger. Actually putting the Tiny into the Puck. Now Secret in a very comfortable position with the 3 heroes.
This is where you keep it open here. Pick Snake King's hero, as we've been discussing, and 4th pick the Necrophos.
I mean, I think this is where you stop digging so heavily into your bonus time. This is all they have left. Team Secret has only used 1 second so far. Something. Is this not worrisome?
A little bit, because you're just picking a 4 position.
Yeah.
There's no stress.
And there's quite a few options. I mean, this is gonna be...
They have penalty time, or are they just taking a long time to think?
They are just taking... No, they have 4 seconds left. They go for Enigma.
So that's another excellent... the meta is being shaped by these strength heroes.
Yeah.
That just stacks our ability.
Okay.
That is so good. That would have been perfect for Tundra. They deny it completely. In addition, they quick pick. And now Tundra, to your point, they have 20 seconds to decide now response to a hero that is very specific in how you have to prepare against it.
Yeah, and Team Secret, they snap picked it. They know that Tundra is pressed for time, so they're going to try to put that gas a little bit more.
I like
more pressure.
The issue, I guess, for Tundra is simply... okay, they go for a brew. This potentially could just be... Yeah, like, there's flexibility through the roof right now for Tundra, but like it just doesn't feel that nice because they have so many static heroes. Lycus sits in his lane, Enigma sits in his lane or jungle, and then Brew, Puck, they're kind of fighter neighbors, but not the primary damage source.
Okay.
Puck to some degree can be that.
You're going to last pick mid here, though, I think. I mean, depends. I think you're going Fata hero or you're going 9 hero. It's Enigma, Brew in the off lane. 3-3 will likely play because that's one of his specialty heroes. The Enigma's great hero meta because you have
5 seconds remaining.
Percent-based damage from your pulse and then pure damage in a way.
Fata also really likes those tanky 5s, though. The Brewmaster comes to that.
But can you put Enigma against IO Tusk?
No, Enigma can technically lane in every lane because of the reset potential. But I just feel like it's more about pacing of the game, right? We just saw how Secret won the first game. it's the ability to collapse that laning phase and have just strong team timings, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like Tundra going from game 1 to game 2, they've identified that, but they've not really answered the problem. They've just kind of doubled down on, okay, we'll have the better team fight at some point, and that worries me for Tundra because, again, a lack of early damage. So this last pick, which, again, like Carl said, should most likely be the mid lane, it needs to have such a good laning matchup to have one lane go their way in a way in which he can pivot into the game to connect the pieces.
And the beauty of this secret lineup is that the Tiny is now your only versatile core left in a way, because it's either Tusk top, it's Necro in the off lane, but with Tiny, that's a perfectly fine lane, or the Tiny can just be mid. You late pick a Yapsor hero. So you're going to see Tundra's full lineup in all potential mid matchups.
Yeah, it looks like from Secret's bans, though, they just think it's puck mid, and they're looking for the active 4. Because, yeah, again, like the other variation is just Brew Lifestealer safe lane, and then Enigma off lane plus some active 4.
Tundra think that it's a Wisp for
10
Yapsor.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, or Tusk for Yaps or Wisp for Poppy.
Yes.
Because,
5
yeah, they are
seconds
banning out the Nisha
remaining.
heroes,
Last pick,
actually.
yeah. Secret has last pick, so they can choose exactly what they want. Like, they can decide, is the Io going to be the carry? Because pretty much Io, Tiny, Tusk flex so well within the ranks, and yeah, they've picked 4 heroes that are all around the shop, and Tundra, because they don't know where anything's going, they're just trying to go, okay, this hero's kind of good for this hero.
I just want to say, again, I love that Secret took Necrophos here. It's great synergy with their draft, if you look at it, but it's also just would have been perfect for Tundra. Like, there's no reason for them to be thinking that way, because Necro's
No
kind of
time
new.
remaining.
My fear, though, for Tundra in that scenario is, no pick here feels that good just because of...
Fodder hero.
Yeah, just casual Jakiro.
Mid
All right.
puck.
Ice Path against Io, good. Snowball, Ice Path very strong.
There's a lot of wombo combo potential coming out.
I
for
hope to see a
Tundra.
Macropire Black Hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get some cool combos.
And the Dream Coil to set up the black hole.
Well, and
10 seconds remaining.
it's really nice when you have Brew as well to have something to drop down on. And in this case, Macropire
seconds
Ice Path
remaining.
is a great setup. As you said, tons of pushing power and a very strong bottom lane. But I am worried about their just overall damage
Yeah,
output.
the entry into the game is item-based, not level-based. They're going to
exactly.
have some nice defensive plays where it's like under tower, you're going to have the puck rotation in, maybe Jakiru's chipping in lane. But yeah, they are very much relying on Secret not, over-forcing the map. And
It's so much easier for a Tiny Tusk to kill things than it is for, like, you basically have Coil and Ice Paths and lock people down. It's very difficult.
I
You need a
think
fast HOD on it.
if we're going to continue with online leagues, I think it will be very beneficial for all of us to learn how to lip read.
That's true. Or just have...
Choose your
Okay, go
hero.
Luna. Yeah, they want to get out of the game. That's nice. So yeah, it is just going to be the puppy supporting the end of the time. And yeah, that's just Secret taking a read on the draft, which is like, okay, you've drafted such a long to come online lineup that is so locked into farming. We can just, get out of the game.
They're just Luna.
Okay, so in regards to... So Secret has a really nice tempo-based lineup. And of course, like game 1, they're the ones on the timer, but they clearly executed well. I think for Tundra, what we need to look for from them is Jakiro needs to really unlock the lane. He is a good counter to both Tuck and Necro. His Jaw Breath pretty much mitigates both of their presence. And it's going to be kind of what type of greed can come out in the offlane from the Enigma, ensuring 33 gets a good game. 33 starts rotating well, pressuring whilst Luna's catching up in farm. Yeah, it's Tundra's numbers game is so critical, and just ensure that they can rebuttal a couple early fights. Unlike they did in game 1, maybe they can get to a strong timing. But yeah, it's going to be rough because Secret just has a really nice snowballing-esque draft.
Worse draft than the first game for Tundra. The way you guys are talking about it.
Yeah, on paper,
If they don't.
Tundra's first draft had a nicer looking timing.
Yeah.
This draft is a lot weaker because of the lack of damage, and they rely on just Black Hole. And I think when you have a draft which is Black Hole centric, it often doesn't go as well as you think it is. You're not always hitting the 4-5 man. So yeah.
Surely there won't be a bottle pool.
I think they have a much easier time, though. I would disagree, just that if they can, in an even game in 15 minutes, Tundra's in a great spot. The Brewmaster Enigma combo is just more team fights than all of Secret put together. It needs KB before Secret can safely take team fights. In fact, they can't fight into these two team fight monsters. So I think if Tundra can just survive the laning phase, Nisha doesn't just run away with it, they'll actually be in an okay position.
All right, well, let's find out how these lanes are going to play itself out. We're heading over to our commentary duo of Moxie and Purge.
All right, Purge, we've got game number 2, and it looks like this time around, we've got a little bit more of an even draft. It seems like our panel feels a bit more confident this time in the side of Tundra, but the big qualifier here is you can't let Nisha get out of control.
Yeah, Nisha could have a really good game for sure. It makes me think of what we saw Limp the other day on his mid-tiny. Most games he plays mid-tiny, he has a great time. But yeah, if he gets a good blink dagger timing and goes around pressuring the map, it's going to slow down Tundra a lot and make things a little scary for sure. So got to be careful. And the hard part is, as well, is that Tiny just has a lot of HP and a lot of armor once he gets 1 point in his ultimate. So even ganking him feels really difficult. So the game's going to be a lot of like just trying to stabilize until they can get their really strong teamfight ultimates available on Tundra.
I think that thing that's a little bit concerning for me as well, you know, we talked about Nisha not having that great start to the game. You don't really have the kind of heroes that are going to be able to make these rotations to really punish him if he starts to, you know, get out of control or just, you know, slow him down at all. I think that's the big problem. Fata is going to walk right past the grouping of Secret here, as is 9, as they're just going to comb through the area, try to get some information, and just go on for a full invasion. You have some nice deep wards put down too, if you take a look on both sides of the map here.
Yeah, both of these are going to help spot couriers and things like that, so it'll be useful.
Let's get moving.
Founder fights. Be surprised if Snake can get one, but he does. Okay. Too bad. 2-2 for both teams.
He's taking a lot of damage though here from Yapster. That tag team, of course, just so good.
In his itemization, he didn't buy any regen at the start, so just a lot of free damage here. And Yapster will pick up that experience as well when he denies one of the creeps. He'll just go back to Fountain to heal right now because of this. I'm curious to see how he plays the Enigma for. Enigma has lost some viability as a support because of the change to demonic conversion, and then Enigma fell off a little bit, but we'll see what he does here. He can make it work.
It's nice about, you know, the start of new patches, right? Is you get to see what's working, what's not, and what, you know, people want to really experiment with. I'm interested though with this Luna pickup. I don't think we've seen too many Lunas in this region be super successful.
Yeah, they haven't been super common just yet. I like what Secret's doing with the lane setup too. Luna plus Io as the dual off lane to basically lane up against the Lifestealer. Lifestealer has attack range disadvantage there, and even like trying to harass with the Lifestealer wouldn't feel good anyway. So now they're going to lane swap. 3-3 now comes top, and we'll see if they do TP rotations. But for now, it just looks like Secret's going to try lane this.
And they do manage to spot out Yapster over there in the corner because the tree is, of course, cut down. So Pata already moving a little bit further back is protecting that courier. And looks like he'll TP bottom to help secure farm here for Skeeter.
Needed. If you don't have some kill potential against the Necrophos, he's almost always just going to out-regen you. Because every time that a creep blast that you come up, you do a Death Pulse, you get about 30 mana and HP back from every creep blast that you get, so it just becomes a disadvantageous trade. But with Jakiro now here with Lifestealer, now they can actually slap Necro repeatedly and force him out of lane with some trades. So that's actually going to be a lot better here.
Are those cracks?
Are you fine with this, though, because of the fact that your Luna's getting very nice farm in that top lane for the most part, and yes, you're forcing Zai back, but I think he doesn't mind just, you know, kind of getting those levels.
I mean, so far seems okay. 3-3 dodges the tri-lane attempt on his life, and he's going to run for the hills now, skilling up Drunken Brawler to run away if he needs to, forcing to chase everywhere. Some weird stuff happening. Snake King's just jungling in the meantime, so if he feels confident about this jungling situation with Enigma and they feel they're getting value out of it, then go for it. Let's see it work.
Bottom lane, they're trying to make plays here on Fata, and he is going to be the first blood. Zai here needs to be careful as well. He's going to turn back around. He can heal right back up again. This is getting very, very close. Zai trying to kite as much as he can to try to get more damage. Zai, is he going to have that final death pulse? Yes, he does. He gets a double kill in this bottom lane.
It's really unfortunate that Zai gets the kill, because then he gets that extra multiplier for regen. So it's like 6 times better for heroes. So he got like almost 200 HP for heal and mana from getting that first kill in the Jakiro. Great rotation by Yapsor.
Definitely pays off that Zai was so patient during all this, as he does turn around here. We'll continue to put a little bit of damage over onto Fati. Yeah, but look at this. They just sit so close here. Skeeter's hoping, he's trying really hard, but this Death Pulse and the fact that Zai is able to just move himself away and kite the entire time.
He was
waiting for that Death
so
Pulse.
Well. It's like, and another Death Pulse, and it's healing Yapster the whole time too, so just great dual lane there. And this is a break Necrophos. I mean, he got a pretty small buff to the Heartstopper heal stuff, but like if the numbers are good, then it just feels like one of those lane winner heroes that pros can abuse well.
Be interested to see if they're going to try to make some pinstring movement again over here on Fata, with the Tusk making his way back to lane after he's picked up the bounty rune. But nope, he's just going to kind of hang out over here on the side. Maybe rotate over towards that mid lane as well. 4 minutes coming up.
And Zai's able to pick up the ring of health now, which is going to give him even more regen and basically guarantee that even if Skeeter does walk up and slap him, he should be able to offset this.
The top stuff, man. The amount of damage as Yapser comes running in here. Not going to be able to quite get hands over on 9, but will be able to do some damage here to Snake King. Not quite enough, though, to get the kill as Zai in the bottom lane. Now that they know that there's no Tusk to protect him, did try to make some plays here onto the Necrophos.
Ooh, he gets it. Oh, big kill for 9 here on the... Oh, well, maybe not going to get it. Okay, looked really close. He basically did a Waney Rip in short range and then Orb to hit Snake King, or sorry, Nisha to save his damage, and he got the Water Rune. It looked like he would get it, but he was able to squeak out. But either way, nice play by 9. Zai maybe in trouble bottom, though. Dual breath, some slaps, and he doesn't have Ghost Shroud. This is looking dangerous. Yeah.
Just identifying that, again, Yapser was a little bit off to the side there, so they had the opportunity to get a nice pick off. And it definitely feels so anticlimactic now at the 5-minute mark. We're trying to, you know, oh my God, runes, we gotta go. It's nighttime now. It's just, oh, it's nighttime. Okay.
And the 10-minute mark, same thing.
Yeah.
It's like not as big, but
This doesn't feel right.
Once we learn multiplication, then the stress is going to come back to me more often.
Yeah, great. Just what every Dota player needs is more stress. Wonderful. Very much looking forward to that. Dream Coil is going to get used over here in the mid lane as they go. They'll drop the Midnight Pulse, but again, Tiny, he's fairly tanky. Wing Rift plus that Illusory Orb. Not going to be quite enough, though, to take down Nisha, who's just going to bottle up right again. And survive. Ice Path, though, down in the bottom lane. Zai, Snowball coming out. They'll stun up Skeeter, and they'll buy a little bit more space, a little bit more time. He is going to tick down a little bit to the damage coming out from Fada, but shouldn't be enough to get this kill.
Yeah, 9 apologizing there. I think his silence came a little bit late, and the Avalanche basically prevented Thinking from casting Demonic Conversion and the Malefice follow-up. If he gets Malefice off, I think they get Nisha with a kill there, but because it came a little bit late, it was rough there. Some harassing with help from Fada once again. Luna completely free farm, so same game state as last game and this game. Matoma just getting tons and tons of farm, and he's feeling likely to max out Moonglaze and potentially Lunar Blessing as well. So he should have really, really good farm rate while being able to transition into strong team.
He's just been having such really nice laning phases this entire series, honestly. They just haven't put a lot of pressure on him. They've made the space. Just Matu having great time.
So it's probably just a priority, something they think about in the draft, where they're going to get their setups, how much they're going to commit to a tri-lane potentially, and because if Matoma Man has these good laning stages, he makes very, 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 very few mistakes in the late game, and that's one of the best values you can have in a hard carry. Give him that good early game, you're going to have a great time.
33 doing the best that he can over here. He's had a lot of harass being tossed upon him, of course, when you've got and the Luna both ranged in that lane, but you know, managed to just stick in there and be able to get the experience. A little bit of a skirmish down here on this camp trying to contest over a Zion Apsor.
Life's hard as everyone wants to kill you, basically.
I mean, to be fair, in the game, everyone wants to leave as well.
On the enemy team, at least you have some friends. Neutral creeps, say friends. They just have to move out of their house and then get some squatters, and they have friends.
I don't know, man. You can easily have people on your own team become your enemies who want to kill you too. Depends on a couple factors, but some nice stacks over here. Matu's going to be able to accelerate even faster thanks to the stacking.
Interesting. Too, he's now maxed out first. Got 3 points in.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And, I mean, if he kills, will be better. Salted and Rivers get a kill this time.
It's going to take 3 of them to take him down, but they should eventually be able to find this niche. Will fall to the hands of 9.
Cool. They made the Puck and Enigma feel really good here, because with Dream Coil, you're not going to want to break that coil, so they just put them in that pulse, and all of a sudden you're getting like, you know, 30 to 40% of their max HP at magical damage. Works out well.
The side here, trying to make enough damage over on Snake. Not going to quite find his Yapser, but keeps in. It is going to be difficult, though, to get your hands.
Dire structures are fortified.
In, but Matu are forcing
They're beating
the
on Dire's
tower.
top tower.
They get fortification. 33 over here on the side. They'll toss out a little warning light.
He's going to be fine, though. I mean, his net worth is not going to be amazing, but he's at levels, which is by far the most important thing you can have on Brewmaster. And he's picked up Urn now, so now you can actually trigger Cinder Brew from a distance as the team fights develop. So far, things are looking pretty good. Raindrop on Snaking, absolutely saving his life there against Reaper Scythe combos. So Zygon a little desperate for kills, but he's still doing all right. But now it's pretty even right now, so things are going good for Tundra.
This is a really nice stack here, though, from Matu that he's taking right now. He even picks up the Possessed Mask, so things are really turning up Luna this game. Middle lane, Dreamcoil will get used. They are leashed up. They get off the Avalanche, though, and Yapster, of course, is here. They do spot a 9 going behind the tower, but again, they just don't have that lockdown right now, as the smoke does break. 33 gets spotted over in the river.
Yeah, a little unfortunate. They were almost primal split the coil instead, but 9-4 use it defensively.
Not much good's
He's gonna have to go the long
Radiant's
way
bottom
back to his
tower.
lane. I mean, it buys time for Skeeter, I guess, but the net worths are looking scary. The Man's got 1,300 more gold than
Radiant's
Life
bottom tower's got
does right now at the
problems.
10-minute mark. So a lot of net worth on Luna. If they can pick them off in fights, things will be fine for Tundra. And Enigma usually does that pretty well with Black Hole, so it'd be a huge kill guarantee if they can do it.
I mean, that's just the nature of a
beating
Luna,
on
though,
Dire's
especially
top
against the
tower.
Life Stealer, right? It's just the situation that's going to occur, especially when you have someone making stacks for you. But
Dire's top tower has fallen.
definitely can make some plays here over on the Tundra, as there's a lot of focus here on this mid tower. They want to chip it down. They want to secure that. Smoke comes out, though, from the side of Tundra, hoping that maybe they can find something. They do have the Black Hole available if they would like to use it. They've got Split and, of course, the Macro Pyre. But who are they going to find is the real question, because nobody is hanging out in this bottom area.
They ignored both Nisha and Tusk. They definitely spotted them at least a little bit here. Fada's trying to spot rotations. This Sentry is likely going to... Oh, gets a do-work. Nicely done.
Yapster, though, realizing that something feels a little bit off immediately, will try to snowball over to the creep camp. There's the shards as well, but it looks like Yapster going to be the one who gets ganked here.
Dire have
Yep, so
fortified
they're
their
basically
stretches.
moving bottom because they expected Secret to react to the tower pressure, and they ended up getting the jungle kill instead. There's going to be a recall, or sorry, look at here.
No, they just want to force
Man's
that.
going to cut this.
Radiant's bottom tower is no
I mean,
more.
okay, they got a creep wave, but I think he was hoping to be nice. Well, didn't deny. They killed the creep wave. Not awful for Luna. They'll accelerate a little bit, but not what I meant.
Middle lane, they used the Dream Coil to split, and the Macro Pyre gets dropped on as well. So down will go Zod.
Radiant's courier has been
Here, a
killed.
courier will get sniped as well. Looks like, I'm not sure if Yapster wants to stick around here. Yeah, he's going to get hit with that rock and try to snowball his way back over to the Eidolon. The Ice Path. They've got the double damage over on 9, but eventually Yapster will fall again.
They're doing a really good job with these rotations here. They have used quite a few ults. They haven't used Black Hole yet. That's the important.
This abuse.
And with Snaking picking up level 7 and having this many items, Solar Crest, I guess just Solar Crest, they're in a great position right now to keep map pressure and make sure that their opponents don't just get a free Roche here. So they're balancing their cooldowns really well.
I mean, Solar Crest is just so good right now. Like, it's cheap. It does so much for your team.
Yep. It's mostly a carry item, basically, right? You're going to want to put it on Lifestealer. It's going to give him 65, effectively free speed, a little bit of movement speed. It's just going to make him more effective in these crucial moments where they're going for kills.
But while all this is going down, you still have Puppy and Matu, the dynamic duo here, farming up, getting Luna what she needs. And did I see... Is she going for Butterfly next?
Yep. Manta first.
Yeah.
Butterfly will be really good against the Lifestealer. Very right-click based. Master Split is right-click based. There's Eidolons. Puck is going to want to right-click effectively. So it'll definitely make her very survivable and difficult to kill in fights. Magic Immunity is, kind of nice, but they actually don't have that much stuff. Like, if you buy BKB versus Enigma, it doesn't always be good anyways, because they usually just kill you in Black Hole no matter what. But maybe just better to go these items first to be survivable, and we'll have Necrophos as well to back up the Luna once I finishes this mech that he's queuing up. So they've got ways to try to keep Matumbaman alive. But if Tundra can be effective and kill Luna, the fight basically feels over, because Nisha hasn't been able to play an amazing game. He's died one time. They put so much pressure on him with all these dream calls that they've done what the panel asked for. Like, don't let Nisha get out of control. But that said, he's got 100 gold, so maybe he'll get some cleanup. But for now, it's looking great for Tundra.
Yeah, they definitely have that little bit of breathing room that they're looking for. Definitely be a lot harder if Nisha had that Blink Dagger a little bit earlier. So now they do have to be careful, especially Fata. Because if he's a little bit out of position, he can easily get bursted dead.
There's difference, though, is that he's a very high strength hero. Jakiro has all HP gain,
Dyer's
and he's got
corner
ring
has
drops
been
as well. You need
killed.
both of these things to make sure that you are less prone to getting
Middle
picked
tower
off.
could use some help.
Nisha a chance back into this game, so he's got to carry magic resistance, he's got to carry raindrops, and it's going to be the same thing for Snake King as well. They're both slightly vulnerable right now.
How do you feel about the fact that they've held this black hole? Because I've had different schools of thought. Some will say, you know, it's up, you've already got it running, go find yourself a kill with it. Even if you only grab one person, you know, make it value. Is that still, you know, something that should be considered here? Or hold that thought, Nisha with the Blink Dagger, the Snowball, Yapsor. He'll find himself on Fata, but they should be able to turn this back around again as Yapsor is just sort of clicking off in the side as he goes down.
If they use Black Hole to get a big kill like Luna, it's worth it, I think. But the downside is that then they're going to, like, everybody in Secret's going to run into the Rosh pit and they're going to take Roshan. And that is obviously a very bad thing. So by holding Black Hole and making sure that Snake King doesn't make a mistake, get picked off, then Black Hole's always available, and their opponents can't turn an Aegis into another objective or an aggressive team fight that restricts map for Tundra. So as long as they're still getting kills and they're using lower cooldown ultimates like Puck ulti plus other follow-ups, this is completely fine for Tundra. Because they will have solutions against Luna, even if she's really farmed, because of Midnight Pulse and Black Hole.
Skeeter having a little bit of breathing room in the bottom lane here. Of course, again, Luna sitting at the top net worth, but when you've got all those glaives, that's bound to happen. Do have the Maelstrom, though, of course, picked up for the Life Stealer. He's got his own farming item as well.
Yep, he'll be a decent way to farm. Some people do go like an armlet type build, but Maelstrom will farm a little bit faster for AoE, and considering that he's fought almost never this whole game, this is the right way to play it. He'll go Sanj next. Looks like he's going to go Health. Great choice against range carries like Luna. It's a little bit less farm than you would normally expect out of a Life Stealer, so we'll see if he changes his mind later on that play. If Luna commits to not having BKB, this is going to be an excellent solution against her overwhelming damage in fights.
It's a fairly quiet game, still sitting about less than 1k ahead here on the side of Secret.
And Brewmaster towards Ag seats about 1,500 gold away. It's perfect itemization to have for 3-3 actually. It just makes his Brewmaster, even if he's underfarmed, just feel so much more valuable, because he will have 2 potential ultimates in a fight, or he can use 1 ultimate, have a decent fight, and then save the second one for a potential Roche defense, for example.
Seem pretty value here. You have to be careful. All right, they'll spot out immediately over here onto Nisha. They drop the Midnight Pulse, though. Snake King waiting patiently, sitting off to the side. It's going to be the heal. They're going to immediately tell the horn, but that is going to make a problem here for Matu, because he doesn't have anyone to protect. He'll turn back around. He does have the Eclipse Snowball. They'll come out from Yapsor by them just a little bit more time, but the Infest Bomb pops out again. They haven't even needed to use this Black Hole. As now Yapsor. Okay, the follow-up here from Nisha. The Avalanche is enough damage, though. No, 9 is still absolutely fine here, as it looks like they might be able to take down Yapsor over on the back lines. They've got their eyes on Nisha. They even go for the Black Hole, and they grab off on the side the Necrophos as well. Tundra looking really, really good here with an excellent team fight. And a great use of that first Black
Dyer's
Hole.
bottom tower
It
is
was so
under
good.
attack.
I want to watch that clip. And I think what happened was Nisha jumps in with Blink, trying to catch Skeeter. Skeeter uses Enrage in time, and as a result, yeah, he blinks and gets Enrage off instantly. Instant Malphus. They saw him coming, is why they knew this was happening. Midnight Pulse as well. So basically, Nisha just gets completely caught. They're forced to use Relocate, and Puck then catches Luna on the backline with the Dream Coil, which forces Secret to commit. Snowball is going to buy some time there, but doesn't really do that much, and they are able to focus and kill him. And at that point, the fight looked great. And from here on out, it's just clean. Nisha goes back in, but Puck ends up dodging and staying alive, basically. So then they just get clean. And then the great Black Hole from Snake King as well to
Radiant's
guarantee
bottom
the
tower is
Necro
under
kill
attack.
and the Tusk kill that was likely anyways. Oh, what a beautiful fight for Tundra.
But I had them just a little bit off there, otherwise they would have been able to clean up Puppy. Is that a situation where they shouldn't have saved Yapsor?
Hey, Nia.
Shouldn't have saved Yaps. So, oh, you mean Nisha?
No. Hold on 1 second here, as they do find Matu.
Now they got Integra on Snake King to do Infest Bombs, and Puck naturally
Radiant's middle
great
tower
and
shouldn't
mobile
have
and
to
able to
take
get
this
these kills.
abuse.
So at this point, I gotta say that for which he had a BKB.
Yeah, well, I think he does as well. Nine finally will get slain by the side of Secret, but takes quite a few heroes to do it.
Absolutely good trade, though. I mean, that was their big now hero. They killed the Luna ahead of time. Everything is looking fine for them. They're just going to hold the high ground here.
Puppy was trying to zip away here. They're not going to be able to do it as Zion comes back and pops that mech, but...
This is his mobility from the tether, and they guarantee the kill. Fada's itemization, very smart. Fluffy hat into Vitality Booster. He's just rushing Aeon Disc. He knows what's going to happen here. If he just stays alive from being bursted by either like Husk combo into Reaper Sight or Tiny combo into Reaper Sight, then he's just going to be able to continue casting Ice Paths and Dual Breaths. And those skills are really, really useful in this game.
Yeah, he's been really, really on point with a lot of these Ice Paths, too. Very nice setup here. Again, this is a hero that Fada plays quite a bit of. And that's the Ags complete now for the Brewmaster.
Right. I could maybe see 3-3 by the Shard this game. I tried the Primal Stone with that Void Ruling. It was garbage when it first came out, but it's a little better now. You can actually use it twice in a split instead of before it was like basically just once. So Fada might be in trouble here.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he gets separated from the team. They even go and they use the sights just for good measure. So they'll end up losing Fada, but that is, of course, the Reaper Sight down.
But importantly, 25 seconds added respawn time basically doubles his respawn. This gives them a much bigger window to pressure Roche now. Fada is still important. If you sit behind your teammates when they get aggressive, you're landing 2 or 3 ice passes per team fight. It completely changes the outcome. Now they just get to take Roche. So big grab here. Tundra's going to try to slow it down, though.
Be careful, Yapster sitting a little bit low. That Dream Coil coming in, plus the Infest Bomb popping right back out again. It's a beautiful eclipse coming out from Luna, but it just doesn't seem to matter too badly as they do buy back now over onto the Tusk. They have to protect Matu. It's disarmed. Will be thrown up into the air. Puppy doing the best that he can, trying to keep this Luna alive.
It was a relocate, but he broke it with the stone toss.
Now the chase is on. Waiting. They see Zom. He's ticking down to this magic damage. They drop the Macropyre plus the Ice Path like we've seen before. Matu waiting over here on the high ground. They're going to try to keep him alive, but not quite enough healing to keep Zai going here as he does buy back. Yapster now he is stuck between a lot of heroes. Another nice Ice Path will slow him down and hold him into place.
Fada's owning this fight here.
He's looking great.
Chases so far. Fighting really well. But basically, they got in there. They spread Secret out. Great interruption for the relocate there. With relocate being wasted like that, they basically just didn't have a good reset when Zai was out of position there. Provos is a very slow hero, guys. Takes a long time to get back to safety, and now Tundra is the one that looks like they're going to Aegis, but we'll see.
They want to go in, but they don't have the Eclipse anymore. Okay, Nisha opening up with the Avatar. He'll find the kill on Fada immediately, but it doesn't because Skeet is already get the exit. Look at that black hole outside of Secret. They're just holding them all into place. The damage plus the Midnight Pulse. There's Luna trying the best she cannot stay alive though, despite Puppy holding on, and Zai's left over on the back lines. Avalanche does slow them down, but they've hitched a ride here over here on 9. He would love to get a kill. Might have to just settle for Puppy over here. See, waits patiently. The silence is quite kicking, but you know what? Puppy at the last second, is he gonna make it out alive? Nisha trying to punish him for going a little bit too far. 9 will fall, but over on the back lines here is Zai. He's gonna get taken out by 33.
Dyer's bottom tower is under
By 9,
attack.
actually. He missed his Wolverine Rick silence.
Just a little bit off. But Nisha chasing after 33 here. Does have Puppy. He does have the Blink Dagger, but it's going to get interrupted.
Radiant's top tower has
All
looked
right,
better.
still looking good for him. I mean, they still have Aegis sitting on Lifestealer. Lifestealer is getting close to his Scotty now, which is going to give him huge advantage against Luna. Luna's ranged hero. So Scotty works better against ranged heroes, and it reduces regen, lifesteal, spell lifesteal. So the natural lifesteal that Luna's going to want to build, the heals that come from Io are going to be reduced. It's going to be really nasty when he finishes it. Here's the initiation, like nothing off. Dreamco lands on 3, which is great.
Oof,
But
that
man,
black
Snake King
hole.
jumps in.
It was set up beautifully by 9 there, I have to say.
And the best interruption to Snake King's black hole is basically Tiny or Lucent Beam, and both of those guys got grouped up. Tiny went in right away, Luna was right there, so it just gave him open season to jump in and grab that great black hole. But here's 9's mistake.
Yeah, it
Trying
looked...
to play for both. Silence was too far, and as a result, Puppy jumps across. He chases because he really wants this kill, and then he just gets punished.
All right, Right, well, smoke over on the side of Tundra now. They're coming through the Radiant jungle, placing down some wards. It's a great fight there. They'd like to get another pick off if possible. And Matu doing the best he can. He's got that butterfly completed up. The rest of the side of Secret playing around him here in this top area.
Still doesn't want to BKB. He wants to go Satanic first.
Do you like this?
Okay.
I mean, I understand, like, you know, the black hole, again, it's not going to matter if you've got a BKB, but I feel like, you know, the Midnight Pulse does a lot, plus the puck damage coming out too, and...
Not terrible. I mean, against Satanic does have a Dispel now, so it will give him some soft solutions against things like Malefice or Dual Breath. Like, there are certain, or Silence. There's certainly things that it's going to be really effective against, but it's a little scary, especially knowing that Skeeter is literally about to finish Scotty. That's going to undercut a lot of what the item provides in terms of raw survivability, so we'll see how it matches up with Skeeter's item timing, but very good of Skeeter to, like, fully itemize, not to make Lifestealer good, but be a Luna counter. He's done that with basically his last two items, Scotty and Halberd are both going to be as well.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
Pressure being placed over on the bottom tower.
Top tower.
And again, Secret just playing in the top area. But this bottom tower is...
Radiant's bottom tower.
And the blink is picked up now for 9, so he's already had some very nice initiations. And these initiations are only going to get better.
Controlling the side of the map really well so far, and it just gets a little bit scarier, I think, for Secret as time goes on, because this Enigma 4 is completely paid off. Sinking is 2-0 and 11 right now. His net worth is 4th highest in the game. He's got more net worth than the enemy mid and the enemy offlane. It's insane. I think he's got BKB coming too. BKB comes. The only thing that's interrupting his ulti, Walrus Punch, which isn't going to work, or Reaper Side.
Yeah, not super great here. As 9 just following over here. They have the dust. They should be able to clean up on Yapsor. And it's a BKB. Oh my goodness.
Yep, there it is.
Yep.
He's in such a good position. No greed at all. Helping to push towers to Lifestealers, just slapping buildings, doesn't care about any of this damage. Just got utter survivability with this itemization. A little bit less damage, but as the Luna counter or the Necrophos counter, it's a perfect
middle
build.
tower has fallen.
I don't know how they approach this now. I almost would have liked to seen, you know, something else in terms of initiate coming out from the side of Secret, because Nisha, you know, we saw in the past, you know, he jumps forward, but they're just so fast with their fingers on getting that rage off.
I think Nisha got spotted. No, he did not.
Take down all the trees in the hunt to find him, but he's already out. And we do...
If Nine had Dream Coil as a kill.
We do have the BKB now on Matu, and I think that's a good choice here. They do manage to get the kill on Fox Courier as well, so little silver lining here.
They went back. Skeeter might... Oh, no. Yeah, they went back for the BKB for safety. Probably by far the safer. And he's going all right-click talents as well, so it's traditional Luna that we're seeing. A lot of force here. They find Toss.
Yeah, Sir has been the one that's consistently been found. Good blink away, though. Still think this is not looking great from the Shards coming to play, but 9 is here with the Lifestealer Infest. Don't even bother to go and pop it out. So he just continues to hunt around the area, go over to the enemy triangle, hoping to find some stragglers, but no one's home.
Big pickup for Luna, though. He finds the Paladin Sword, and in a battle of staying alive here, extra lifesteal is going to be great. They get hit 8. And get some kill from the
Oh, 9. Oh, did he find it? Chonky have the race. Going to turn his attention, though, around. Doesn't know how many other people are there. They're a little bit far away from the rest of the Tundra, so they'll back off.
It's kind of funny that in that circumstance, he's like, do I waste BKB or Eclipse to protect myself? He's like, Eclipse.
Yeah.
Eclipse sucks. Didn't care, even though it's a far longer cooldown. I mean, BKB timings are massive. If he's got his BKB going when he's Midnight Pulse or something, that's way less damage that you end up taking.
Greaves are finished now for Zai, so that's going to give them a little bit more survivability during these fights. And again, that seems the name of the game is really try to keep this Luna alive at all costs.
And they're just relocating to Ancient because they know that their opponents are not going to be here. So this is the best way for them to get net worth. And they pick up some big neutrals. It's the other cool thing that they got out of this.
Oh Oh dear.
Colloquial Flames and an Elven Tunic now. He's not probably use Elven Tunic. Another kill.
Yeah, just it feels like Yapster's just been playing up on the side of the jungle quite a bit here. It's the orb. Are they going to be able to scout out Zai? Oh, they have Haster and they're looking, but go the opposite way with the scan. Nine still hunting. Zai is trying to buy himself some more time over here in the tree line. Does have a teleport. Just leave.
Radiant's middle
Patiently
tower
though
is
for
under
now.
attack.
Oh, he's gonna show up. Oh, well, this is looking a little bit suspect, but Nisha and Matu are here. Have they baited them? Can they turn this back around? It's a nice Dream Coil again, over onto 3. Sand King waiting for the moment. Will jump in with the black hole over onto 3. The BKB just does not matter. Look at this damage again. The screams coming in handy. Buy them just a little bit more time. Matu turning around, trying to put all the damage out over here onto Skeeter. Zai ticking down underneath all this. The split comes out. The scythe gets dropped as well. So Zai goes down. 9 also gets scythed. And now Nisha, Ice Stab coming out from Fata. They're gonna hold them in place. So just circling right around this Tiny, and he can't hope to do too much here. He just walks right back in again. Do they have anything to cancel out this TP? Yes, they do. They have enough damage to kill him, so the TP does not even matter.
Really close there, but great team fight up. Huge amount of damage. Basically, Snake King just padding those damage stats for the end of the game without actually doing that much because the heals offset all of that DPS he put out. Everything got the Essence Ring off. There was the Greaves from the Necro that basically healed Luna for a huge amount, but at that point the BKB ran out, and then they just picked him off with regular disables. So Luna not looking strong enough here for the ultimate absolute right-click carry, and part of the reason people don't pick her that much. Because Secret was ahead, they weren't able to abuse this like training window thing that they wanted to with Luna, so she just feels like a normal carry.
Oh dear, the tether breaking as they turn around. They do force out the BKB here on Snake King, but 33 joining on in. Already blinking away. Puppy is gonna just be able to tether right back over here. The blink again coming out from Snake King. Malthus uses that essence to get a little bit more health, and it looks like Tundra, they're gonna back off now. It's a bit of a base.
They're scared for rotations from Tiny, especially showing up this engagement, so they're a lot safer. Secret plays on the map a little bit. They're going to get found by the smoke, I think, but they're going to get spotted after the fact.
Oh, they've got their eyes on Matu yet again, and there's just so much magic damage all over the floor. Matu trying to buy it as long as he can. The heal coming out from the eye. Eventually, he does go down. They'll find the kill on Yapster as well. Zai trying to man fight over here with Fata with all of these brewlings, and it's just not looking like it's gonna be enough, as now 9 hunting Puppy in the tree line. Doesn't have anything to cancel it out, so he is going to make it out alive as Nisha trying to just blink away, trying to find a place to hide so he can teleport out, but Snake King hot on his heels here. Still looking. They'll just throw down some of those Eidolons. Doesn't look like they'll be able to find Nisha in time, so he'll be able to teleport away.
The Ice Path just set them up so well. 19 assists now on Fata, 2, 4, 19. Excellent stats. Ice Path plus the Malefice Vault, and all of a sudden Luna's at 40% HP. I thought she was going to be relatively okay, but the damage she took was insane with just the Midnight Pulse and the other stuff. So, and now there's an MKB picked up on Lifestealer, so the Butterflies again countered. He's just itemizing because they're ahead. He can just be really safe with his item build. And it just makes it look like the only person on the team that can do damage. The Secret has just missed their timing. They did not set the tempo with the Tiny. That didn't allow them to pressure Roche and make clears. They're engaged again. Tiny blinking away. You can initiate. There's the follow-up. This is 40% HP. And unfortunately, Necro was the upper left, so they weren't able to get the Greaves off to get the big heal that they needed. And as a result, no way for Matoma Man to survive that fight.
It's just looking more and more difficult, this Luna, to get anything done this game. The way that Tundra is moving, it has just been so spot on. Pickoffs have been excellent.
And that was second road. They gave the shard to Enigma, one of the best shards. At least when it first came out, everybody thought it was amazing. Then nobody bought it anymore. But we got it this game. We're going to see some true black hole action, possibly pulling in Necro or other heroes.
Oh my gosh, they just immediately rip them. Oh god, they just ripped them apart.
They really did. They prepped for that one. I think that was Puck waiting, lying in wait, that TPing to the tower or something like that with a Lifestealer, and they end up punishing that relocation.
Look at this. You're just running very forward here. Snake King gonna go and just put a little pressure over onto Nisha. Immediately Greaves coming out from Zai. But there is no Luna here for about 28 seconds still. It's just so scary to try to move forward into this lineup here from Tundra.
With Liquid Fire minus attack speed that Fada got, I just don't even feel like anything against tier 2s, tier 3s. So Free Hero on the tower for Rax now. 13 seconds and can really go in. Trying to get some damage in, doesn't want Nisha to blink in.
Now they cancel it out. They're just chewing through Nisha. He doesn't look like he's tanky at all the way that they just attack him. Turn their attention right back now onto the buildings. Not much that Zai can do to hope to take them away as they go right down to the bottom area now.
Got another kill, so now they've got more time.
They do. Blink forward here. They see Matu. They'd like to get this kill. Io, though, well, you have to tether up. I don't know how you get in there. It's very, very scary.
They're beating on Dire's top
He wants to take the alpha if he can, but it's difficult.
It's very difficult, and they have to be so careful they don't group up as the Infest Bomb comes out. Now the BK over here on the Luna. He's going to try to turn back around, try to get as much damage with this as Faza taking a lot of damage, but Matu, he does it with a beautiful black hole over on this back line. Go right, and again, Zai hits the scythe off, finally manages to take down Faza over on the back line too. These Brewlings are just battering off over here. Snaking does fall, and then Yapsword next as they're just caught against Zai. Already tried to get back, he just falls again. All the buybacks coming out right now. They want to fight, they want to just make sure that they can take down Matu, and by God they can. They're chasing Puppy all the way back to the fountain, and Secret just calls it. They realize that they missed those timings, and Tundra just looks too strong as Skeeter goes right into the well.
Amazing game from Tundra. I'm really impressed with how they played this one. Everything felt perfect. They did not let Tiny get ahead. They put good rotation pressure onto Nisha to limit his ability to get kills. Puck is also difficult for Tiny to kill as long as he gets the face.
I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? The demon living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. 僕の未来は誰にもわからない。皆は僕をダメなやつと思う。鏡を見つめる僕を見避けているけど中には大きな力希望がある。 Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it to the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it to the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it to the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it to the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it to the back of the pack, kill it anyway. You think you've got my number figured out? A motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. I wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. It's plain and simple, dear. I'll still be here when you're gone. You gather souvenirs, but I will never be your pawn. Your pawn. Your pawn. My love wasn't ever a game. I lay my cards out on the table. There's nothing to gamble away, but I can promise that you'll never be the same. But I can promise that you'll never be the same. You can double down. I'll still be a proud haven for your love is never love. A river through your bluff, I will be enough, enough, enough. My love wasn't ever a game. I lay my cards out on the table. There's nothing to gamble away, but I can promise that you'll never be the same. Something you can never take, but it's not uncommon to forsake. Got a chronic urge to complicate. Think of love like a friend, not an enemy. Feeling I have nothing left to hide. I'll say what you know it when it's right. Keep it simple now, living it before I die. Think of love like a friend, not an enemy. My love wasn't ever a game. I lay my cards out on the table. There's nothing to gamble away, but I can promise that you'll never be the same. But I can promise that you'll never be the same. Have I become a little too shy for love? I've been hurt before. All's fair in love and war. So I'll snuggle up close to the shell I'm living in. And if I let you in, another round begins. No, I'm spinning in a vicious cycle. I'm scared of doing something I our side, not afraid. We found something out of
No reason. Grimstroke even countered is. I don't even know if there is a counter. Like purging the inks annoying, but the hero just gets too much done.
By the way, so far Snapfire Secret batted out every game so far, so not this time around.
Yeah, they definitely had planned the Centaur as a response.
remaining.
The return mitigating some of the pressure Little Shredder can put on you. You do still have to be cautious.
I actually don't mind this going into game 3 because when you ban out a hero in the entire series and you get given it in the third game, you're like, oh, wow, we actually given the hero. Do you want to pick it, guys? Sure. And then Secret's response is pretty nice. You know, you've got the Centaur, I think, is the main factor here, just because when you use Mono Kitters, there's no hard lockdown. You can just disengage straight away. Suddenly, this big ultimate is wasted. But of course, Snapfire nowadays is just about the Soda Crest and the Little Shredder.
Yeah, totally agree. It's the difference in drafting style, right? Puppy famously will give you what you want and have an answer to it. And in this case, I'm sure that they were very prepared with the
I like this actually from Tundra because it's like the idea of we just spoke about movement, and now like heroes that counter Centaur, heroes that can prevent that movement, be it hard lockdown, be it Mars Arena, and then Bloodseeker of course with Rupture. So if Secret wants to kind of put this kind of 4 protect 1 style, then that 1 will just get ruptured and the Stampede is kind of fully mitigated. This is where Secret needs to pivot on having a dual core setup to kind of win conditions to some degree, so that Rupture isn't just, you know, maximum value. Like we saw in that previous game, it was Luna v the world. Black Hole Luna win the game.
See, I don't think that they're gonna
5 seconds
give
remaining.
them. I suppose Enigma wouldn't be too devastating to deal with what Secret have so far. I think that hero's certainly underrated. You know, consider Beastmaster after the removal of Necrobook has a whole other way to play now that makes him super viable. I think that Enigma is the same, where yeah, you can't go for that really early Necrobook pressure, but you're still the game winner with Blink BKB.
Yeah, for Tundra's this draft, it feels a lot more fight centric.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they're looking to be just brawlers and really collapse Snap and Secret. They can sometimes fall victim with some of their drafts where they don't have enough proactive heroes, and they look for, you know, playing underneath their objectives, playing defensive, and waiting for their opponents to make mistakes. And I think Tundra in game 2, their performance, as soon as that laning phase collapsed, it felt, you know, near flawless. I think Secret needs to make sure they have some versatility to ensure they can actually,
10 seconds
you know,
remaining.
actually look to take a fight is the key thing.
And they don't have the easy
5
spirit
seconds remaining.
synergy with Grimstroke, because to pick Void Spirit into Bloodseeker is a bit tricky. I like that they banned the Enigma. Don't give them another easy win condition. Secret, they team fight probably better than anybody else in Dota. I think between them, Enigma and OG, you're going to have a bit of a discussion. Especially because some people say, well, Europe didn't do well at the major, so how good are they internationally? Yada, yada, yada.
5 seconds
Point is, they team
remaining.
fight great, and Enigma and other heroes that provide a ton of AoE control are notoriously difficult to outplay.
Why didn't they do so well at the major?
They finished.
Yeah, they did. They actually did.
We had
pretty
one
okay.
team that did well.
Yeah, one team. Woohoo! Woohoo!
Radiant team's turn to
We
ban.
also came top of the bottoms in 2 other brackets. That's pretty cool.
We are not talking about that.
It was Batman.
All right, so we got Lifestealer banned out as well. What cores do we have left for Motu that he's actually been shining on lately? PA, of course, did great in game 1.
Not bad here.
10 seconds remaining.
I wouldn't mind seeing a Lone Druid. It got banned out in the previous game, so you know it's on the minds.
Yeah.
And I'm just a huge fan of the hero. I think it's just not felt as like an S tier carry on this patch. Might not even be A class. It's really a B. If Liquid isn't picking it, then you know it must not be
You'd
good.
only pick it if you are over a last pick, right? I would imagine. Or even then.
Drafting is like, you just need to see certain elements in your opponent's draft to be able to pick certain heroes, right? Like you see 3 or 4 heroes, bang, you pick, you know, X, and then you feel pretty
Okay,
good.
so we see the Nyx and the Grimstroke supports, Centaur offlane.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot
So
of...
what can you pick as your Tundra? You can your safe laner already, or is that Bloodseeker?
It's tough actually, because you know, Necrobook removed. That was one way to counter the Nyx. Jug and Lifestealer love playing against Nyx. The built-in BKB mechanics both are banned by Tundra. So this is a great Nyx game already.
Yeah, sure. You've now got the ability to stop both for Snapfire and Bloodseeker, their primary way of entering a fight is this AoE damage. That's now mitigated because of Nyx's presence alone. It kind of soft covers the big core to be protected. But yeah, I think still looking at Team Secret, it's their early damage. You're going to have this Nyx Centaur lane, which is going to be double stun and just farm because Centaur will go Vanguard. You can't really bully him out. And then you've got this kind of Grim lane
Radiant
that
King's
needs
turn to pick.
that accelerant to be with it, that kind of fight.
Ooh.
This is a lot of damage.
Yeah, it was the hero of the match that we saw last Wednesday when we saw Team Liquid versus Team Nigma, I believe. This hero pops up time and time again. I think Tania played it 3 games in a row, and it owned every time. We got a Sven for it,
It's a very nice game just because you see the Centaur already. It's here by a Vanguard. Conceptually, if you can Fatal Bond Centaur +2, you're going to deal incredible amounts of damage.
Those two are going to be very sad.
Yes.
The question here for Secret is like they picked the Sven quite instantly. Now they have a kill threat with the Grimstroke, but also apply some pressure where if Tundra, let's say, wants to go for Spectre, for the Spectre Warlock lane, they're now going to be in that greed department where they need to win or survive through the Sven timings so that Spectre can come online.
Yeah, it's, again, with Lifestealer banned out, it just looks like a better Sven game. I think that ban from Tundra may have been... I guess you have Bloodseekers, so they want to protect it, but...
I mean, like, you can never predict that Sven's coming into play, right?
Sure,
You're banning for your first 2 heroes. There's no way that these 3 bans are kind of going...
Well, it's, I guess, just that banning carries against Matu when... I would argue Matu is a significantly larger hero pool than Skeeter. So you ban out heroes that... Yep, they both play, but I think you have better replacements on the side of Secret. PA is one of the better heroes against Sven. He hits really hard. You have built-in evasion. Sven typically doesn't buy MKB to what, like 4th item?
Yeah. And then
10 seconds
Rapier
remaining.
isn't True Strike anymore, so you can't feel too good with that. But yeah, I think
5 seconds
just at
remaining.
least identified kind of the holes in Secret's draft, that inability to pressure towers early on. It allows for a weaker support to come in that can have more team fight, and then obviously carry being PA.
Team ban.
Well, and the big benefit of Warlock and why Liquid were such fans of it is that you have this 1 and 3 now that are single target, but because of Fatal Bonds, your team fight damage has some support.
I don't want to be grim. If I'm getting Fatal Bonds to like some Centaur or Sven in this game, I'm like, okay, thanks, sorry.
10 seconds remaining.
If we look at the team fight potential from both teams here, isn't Tundra going to win
5
every
seconds
fight?
remaining.
Well, the Secret's really playing on Centaur right now to be like the pipe blink out kind of guy where if the fight's bad, we can, get outie, reset, and go back in. And that's where Tundra has to be so critical because they don't have cheap stun right now. They've got Cookie, they've got Golem, and that's it. So they're relying heavily on just positional fights where they control the area, throw everything down, get 2 kills, numbers advantage, then they chase.
And are they expecting Snap to be mid here? Looks like it.
The thing about it, I think the Wyvern is just a must ban in a way because you have a Sven. So the God Strength BKB is your big window to kill things in fights.
One cold embrace, and you're like,
Yeah, so your first target's just untargetable, and then the second one, you're always at risk of just being ulted. And
Winter's Curse, yeah. Secret's got 1 more ban left. Mid Snap 5. Oof, haven't seen that in some time.
They could play it about.
Yeah.
For Secret, I think it's a relatively
10 seconds
easy
remaining.
spirit.
I'd love
Spirit hero.
I'd also love like a Conquer. Fully
5
negate that
seconds
damage with a
remaining.
big old boat and just get the fight going back your way.
It's a niche special. Very good against the Fatal Bonds. That's a really odd interaction because like the damage will still be shared, but it'll be halved. So you limit the window. Tundra's killing everybody.
It both just dumb as a spell.
Yeah.
Like, everyone just knows like you're just tanky.
In line. So they are just expecting a snap mid. It's curious. It is a 9 hero. I just don't know if that's the direction they're going to go with this draft. I think they might want more value.
Okay. That's the way to get over that Sven hurdle.
Yeah, more team fight as well. That's very spooky for Secret, I feel.
Same reason the Wyvern gets banned by Secret is they don't want something that can answer the Sven's BKB. Mac does provide that.
This is surely just a Kunka pick. I just feel like this is just so
10
nice.
seconds
Nice little
remaining.
armlet to deal with the early PA damage, get some armor in you.
I think DK might
5
be
seconds
stronger, but I
remaining.
could see it.
Yeah, any lad that goes mid and tanky lad. That's what I want to see from Secret.
With a stun, preferably. And a little bit of tower damage would be nice.
You're asking for a lot there, Carl.
Yeah.
Can you also one-shot the Ancient?
Sven is going to handle your Ancients.
Nah, see? Trick question.
Easy. Well, they're taking their time. We can't really see who's talking, but we're going for Morphling, the Nisha Morph.
Oh, the start of this draft, I mentioned the idea of like a dual core, and they just go all in on it.
Isn't this fairly greedy?
Yeah, but look at Tundra. I mean, they have Mag PA.
Yeah, it's like greed versus greed, right? And when I say greed for Tundra, I mean it lightly because Mag PA isn't that greedy. It's actually one of the least greedy combos because a PA doesn't need to go battle for it, goes Deso and fights. The key thing here is the lack of stuns. Tundra has to decide exactly who they're killing. If they're blowing everything up on a Sven, suddenly Morphling, can win the fight. And I think the key thing here is there's not a lot of tower pressure from Tundra. Therefore, it unlocks the farm from.
And their supports don't do things on the map. Like it's what's their ability to kill heroes? Rupture and run at them with support. This is a free game for Nisha. Montu will probably win his lane, and you got to figure when we get late, it's Morphling and Sven against just a PA, albeit a strong.
I say though, we saw previous game some very good team fights and coordination coming out from Tundra.
I'm thinking of the series we saw earlier today where we had Morphling kind of dual core situation.
Yes.
There just isn't enough room on the map, and that's what Tundra need to play for. They need to, pressure in their lanes.
Yeah.
They need to make the map feel bad. They need to punish either Morphling or Sven. Realistically, it will be the Sven in this scenario.
You can't punish Morphling.
I don't think Nisha is going to teleport in on 1 HP.
Yeah, Morphling, you have to accept will not get pressured. Sven gets pressured, and maybe there's not enough.
Also a Grimstroke with the morph too. So E-Blade adaptive. It's just this is Secret's game to lose here. They have the late game. They should have better lanes. They just need to chill.
Are you just as convinced as Kyle?
I do like the greed from Secret for sure.
Okay.
And maybe PA pops off, maybe.
Okay, well, let's find out what's going to happen here in this third and deciding game of the series, and we're going to find out together with Moxie and Purge.
Prepare for battle.
Game number 3. It seems like it's the battle of the greedy drafts here, but it sounds like our panel seems to be favoring Secret pretty heavily. What do you think, Purge?
Yeah, I mean, if one team has a greedy draft and has too many carries effectively, then one thing you want to do is pressure, and the best way to do that is to gank or push lanes, that kind of thing. But if you don't have very good tools to do, if you have supports that aren't the best at ganking, then it can feel scary for sure to try to put pressure on it. The team fight's really strong. It's clear with Warlock and Snapper. They get fatal bond on everybody, and you have some rumors lining. That's just a lot of damage. But that's if you can't pressure effectively or win the lanes, then your heroes are going to feel bad or like the wrong heroes pretty quick.
I mean, the other issue you have to consider as well is the fact that, yes, you've got beautiful team fight coming out from the side of Tundra, but when all that stuff is on cooldown, it's going to be very easy for the side of Secret to kind of start taking these little skirmishes and evening out the board. And also, I want to point out the fact that, look at Fox's items. He's going for the bottle rush again, and it did not work out for him last time, so.
Okay, this is different, though, because Warlock has heals.
Right.
And damage built into his toolkit, and he's got a lot of base mana, 375, so he can cast like 4 Shadow Words without having to worry about end regen. So that's what, 180 HP each time, either on himself or on his allies. And usually the purpose of picking Warlock as a 5 is he mega stabilizes your carry against these offlane type heroes. Centaur is really strong in this circumstance. Centaur will buy a Vanguard, and then PA is going to do no damage. But at least Warlock will be able to offset this a lot.
Okay, so this time around, we're liking it just a little bit more just because of the fact that his skills are built into, really causing this lane to succeed. They don't necessarily need those items.
The downside, though, is that he's not going to be able to use his body to zone Yapzor, because if Yapzor just fights him, then he's going to have to use his mana to offset that heal to himself rather than covering Skeeter. He's trying to move over here just to get the first heal in, for example. And as a result, he might not be able to do as much misstun there.
Yeah, that's a little off.
So that means Yapzor is free to basically block camps. That's why he thought to place the sentry to block the large camp. He knows he's not going to be able to contest with this hero, but he will be able to get a fast bottle 2-9, potentially accelerating it.
You have to say it's always a real pleasure to watch Nisha on this Morphling, probably one of his best heroes. Going to be interested to see if he's able to pop off on this game or not. And with the Yapzor being on the Nyx Assassin, oh, nice double impale there. Definitely providing a lot of vision and going to be able to give him a lot of information, if it's anything like the previous game that we saw him playing the Nyx.
Is already getting lots of mana here. He's just trying to bait him into skewering into the tower if he wants to go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't have skewer, excuse me.
Oh, there it is.
My
There's the first blood.
Well, Oh, that's a tip fodder for that one. Sure, it's like, nice job. You gave him a ball, now through it, and oh, you're not. Okay.
Slate is... Already it is just looking up here for the side of Tundra again, though. 33, the step coming out from Puppey doesn't want to allow him to get that final hit. Does have the fairy fire as well, so Puppey will survive here throughout the stroke of fate. Slow down 33 just a bit, but I mean, any lane where you have a Grimstroke, Inkswell, and one other stun is very scary to play in.
It is. It's really, really tough for sure. And now Nisha has his bottle in the mid lane, so I guess Magnus is up a belt of strength, but hopefully not for long at first. Yeah, he's about 400 gold behind the Morphling now, which means most of the bottle is lost. Doesn't get his skewer into Shockwave combo off either on Nisha to get some harassing, so the lane's just going to probably be Morphling favored from now. Morphling just has more damage.
Top lane again, just bullying back and forth a little bit there. Double stun was a little bit scary, especially for the support in that lane. Again, Fata just with no items here because he did rush that bottle, so. Oh, the courier too, Yapsor. He gets the final connects off. Do you finally get some of that region, though, at least for Fata? You have to be careful, though, and protect this other courier. They're just walking it right out of it. Yapsor's happy to tank a couple of these hits from the tower.
Oh, that was so not worth it by Fata.
Teleport's on out.
Get the kill. He used Shadow Word. He used Clarity. The Clarity got interrupted by Spike Carapace. Now he's, again, completely out of mana, which means he can't cast heal on Scar anymore either. Normal Warlock right now for Ring of Basilius, which is pumping out like 1.6 mana per second. And then he can use Clarity to like really fill up more. So Peter's effectively by himself against Centaur now. And Fata's just going to be slow, not able to offset this. And 9 died first blood, which kind of undercuts the whole thing anyways. I just don't want to look at the top half of the map anymore. It hurts too bad, Moxie.
What do you think is the best play now here for Fata? Is he just supposed to like back off, go stack or something? I know Yapsur's going to be hunting him though, if he even tries to do that.
Yeah, I mean, getting stack would be great for sure. He's just going to sit around and wait for his mana to trickle. It's kind of like how Slacks used to lane. You just kind of like wait. Until he got a slow ring to do something.
33 in the bottom lane, drops the blood right, heals up just a little bit. They're just waiting for that silence to wear off. Do they go for this? Matumba man, he wants this, but nope, we'll back off. Snake King was gonna try to stun him up with that cookie, but did not go fully committed there.
It's a good try. And about 7 last hits behind me at the moment.
Oh, the skewer back?
Nuke skewer, he just waited for this kill. He's got
8 stick. I think he's fine here. Yeah, look at that. Oh, as 33 finds a kill on Matu in the bottom lane. Cookie Hop coming out again here. Can they do enough damage over here to Puppey? They don't have any more stuns, so he looks like he should be able to teleport out. But that is some free farming time there for the Bloodseeker.
That actually basically didn't hurt Nisha at all. He's full HP again in mana. Cool. Yeah, I think, well, okay, Nisha does have some, or sorry, Fata has some more items. No, never mind, they're not his items, guys. Just got confused there. I was like, wow, I was so farmed on Warlock. What happened? No, those are not his. He's got the Sage Mask, though, and he's got 2 Clarities, and he went back to heal, so there's the solution. Back to heal, TV back in the lane, and stabilize Skeeter. But unfortunately, Skeeter's same last hits as I, so this isn't exactly working the way they wanted it to, but...
Feels bad when your value is you've become the courier, basically, at this point, because you don't have anything else to do in that lane.
And here's the same situation we saw the other day of PA versus the Vanguard hero. They've got Orb of Corrosion, which basically does absolutely very little against Centaur. So
double stun here, bottom lane. The silence over onto Snake King. One more hit. Cookie Hop forward. Doesn't matter though. Puppey still finds this kill. 33's chasing after Puppey here. Should be able to put a decent amount of harass, but it's going to back off and doesn't want to risk it.
Doing fine against Sven. I mean, he's got lots of armor. He's got lane sustain. It's not bad for
Fata.
But
oh, Fata just walks right into the Yapsor and Nisha. Nisha happily will take a little candy kill there.
Almost got the courier, but unfortunately, Warlock does not have good agility gain, guys, and as a result, he doesn't get 2 attacks off before he dies.
Okay, Cookie Hop here. The silence gonna be able to go procking over here onto Matu. Still has Puppey nearby. Is 33 die for this? He's going right underneath the tower. They do have Inkswell though. He's gonna have to back off. Plus that Phantom's Embrace. So it's a nice save here for Matu. He's gonna heal right back up.
Out of Puppey, so that's pretty good for the dive. Lost a little HP in exchange. Dive going mid though. 9 is.
You got wait for him.
Skewer back. briefly dips low in
Dire's middle tower
strength,
isn't going to
and then
last
and
long.
all of a sudden Bloodseeker can smell the blood in the water, I guess. Is that how that works?
Sure, let's go with that. Puppy with being so it's not gonna really matter because he'll die before it's able to pop.
Sam, try and work together with your team a little bit.
Water creatures bleed?
Oh, they
Middle
leak.
tower is under attack.
What are they leaking? But
I mean,
Rupture
what?
bottom. Rupture bottom.
Rupture bottom. Matu is underneath his own tower, but I don't think he's going to be able to survive this. As do manage to find the kill. Yaps are teleporting down just a little bit too late.
He tried to TP out, but they were able to get the cookie stun follow-up, so they scored a kill. Nice first one. And they're going to have some good Rupture stuff later. Rupture plus Skewer is always a really fun thing to do for kills. Once again, he does another Shockwave Skewer, which will waveform out away from the tower. This will cost him a little bit of mana as he has to morph back and forth, but things are fine. I mean, net worth is about even. Zai's doing great. Gets a chip
Dire's
vest
top
as well.
tower
He's
is
so
under
happy
attack.
right now. Oh, that's the best feeling. You basically just can't die up here anymore. They'll just both split farm. Zai will cut the creep wave and kill small camp usually, or a medium camp that he pulls it into. And Skeeter will have to last under the tower and hopefully not get killed.
I mean, are we all concerned about the fact that, you know, yes, I can't die, but at the same time, you know, the PA was getting a lot of
Are
just
those cracks
easy
in Dire's
farm?
top tower?
Who else? Yeah, his last hits are good. And in combination with Rupture coming up again here, Skeeter rotating, pretty good chance of getting
Dire's
this
top
kill.
tower is gone. Just a cold fog left behind.
Something a little bit better than Yapster, but they'll take it. Nice impale coming out, but another couple hits, and 33 will be able to collect the kill.
Huge amount of damage to the Blightstone and the Corrosion coming from different sources and Little Shredder. I mean, they got a lot of right clickers here, and that gank felt good. As long as the gank doesn't go on Centaur, it's just fine. And what Tundra's doing really well now. Ignore the Centaur unless you have the right tools for
tower
it.
is under attack.
He's gonna try to contest over here against 9. Trying to just take some of these creeps away from him. Doesn't manage to get a couple.
Not much
Bot
good.
has to be careful though, of course. Taking a every time. This is just a Centaur that can do whatever he wants.
Someone
Yes,
better help
that's
Dire's
most games right
middle
now.
tower.
Vanguard is just so good
It looks like
at
Dire
making people
fortified their
super
structures.
survivable in lane.
Radiant have fortified
Natural
their
farm
structures.
capabilities, the skills, he just does this. He
Dire's
cuts a
middle
creep wave,
tower is under
and he,
attack.
as a result, is just going to pressure
Radiant's bottom
towers.
tower's
It's
got
really, really
problems.
safe for Centaurs to do this, unless you have enough magic damage. Because opponents are pretty right-click based.
Radiant's bottom
This is like the one thing that their lineup does not do very well.
Right from forward here from Nisha. Stomp coming out from Zai. Gonna try to make a play here over onto 9, but they did a little bit more damage as they use the Stampede. They'll put right back and just drag him away. The RP does get used, but we've got a whole little skirmish going on as 33 will
Someone's better
fall.
help Dire's middle tower.
Repeats him under the tower to save his life. He did have Arcane Rune at least, so it's a little bit lower cooldown, but yeah, it doesn't feel good. The pressure that Secret's putting out here with the Vanguard Centaur is just massive right now.
Zai can literally do whatever he wants on
Dire's
this map
middle tower
currently, and it's
just
just
went
too
down.
difficult for them without, you know,
much good's
taking all of
happening
their
to
heroes to do
Radiant's
it. And
bottom
of course, that's not what they want to do on the side
Dire's
of
middle
Tundra.
tower isn't
And
going to
even like
last
the
long.
other tool that's been pretty effective so
Radiant's
far,
bottom
Rupture
tower's got
doesn't work that good
problems.
against Centaur. It's pure damage, but Centaur has a lot of HP. So even though he's got all these other resistances, just the amount of regen he has is just huge.
Smoke coming out now from Tundra. They're hoping to try to strike back here, knowing that perhaps
This is the kill.
that is as Matu trying to run away. They do have the cookie hop though to cancel out the teleport, and down will go the spin.
Man, what is Secret going to do without a hard carry? Oh, wait, they have one in the mid lane. It's going to be fun.
It's fine. They got Nisha. They've got Nisha on his water boy here, and he is making his way towards that Ethereal Blade.
Be close.
Oh, yep, sir. Gonna be able to cancel out the TP, and they'll get a quick pick off.
They've been doing a great job pressuring 9. Every time I look at 9, someone's there like hitting him with nuke, lowering his HP. And well, I've offset a lot of that, but it's slowing down his items. He's going to have an Echo Saber about now, but like they just keep lowering his HP and making him have to do inefficient plays.
I just love like watching how Yapsor keeps moving around the map, right? And generally, you know, Zai or someone, it's usually Yapsor +1. He gets a lot of information by, you know, moving around, scouting out, and then they can always follow up. It's just very well played here from Secret. I like this way they play here.
With my thanks.
Yeah,
And
good.
by just sitting in the tri-camp just slows all of their speed down by They're fighting now.
Ooh, they want 33. Zeiss and Pete with the stop. A follow-up with the nice by Carapace in the middle of that blood right. The slow, the silence. Mortimer Kiss is coming in hot, though, so they do have to be a little bit careful. So jump forward here, coming out from Skeeter. He wants to kill onto Yapster. Manages to get a nice impale, but it's not be able... Oh, and they even go and they drop the chaotic offering over here on Puppy. He'll hold them together. He's going to try to use that ink swell, the cookie hop. Can they finish him off fast enough? Yes, they can.
They're desperate for kills. Like, that was just a 5-position hero for the Golem, but...
They can translate this into a tower push, though, here in the mid lane, at the very least. A little bit.
There's 2 towers here right now. It's Zai, the Centaur, and the tier 1 tower. Good luck pushing that. So, I mean, they trade a chaotic offering for him. Great attempt on 3-3, but he's got a hood at this point. He also silences, so there's no follow-up stun by the Nyx Assassin. Really well defended by him. And then because the Carapace got used to reflect some damage from the Blood Right, nothing to stop the kisses. They end up getting this kill. Ulti gets used to interrupt the TP there by the Grimstroke. Maybe there were more than just him, but either way, they do get a kill out of it. So buys them some time.
And Nisha's already, yep. His Fata. He's got a nice haste rune here. We'll add to the Eagle Song fun that he's working on. Look at this. Look, this is what I'm talking about, Purge. Look at the way that they're just hunting. They find snaking, trying to serpentine, trying to just find this opening. But you know what? Nisha's here, and you can't sidestep this Morphling. Not right here, not right now.
Nisha doesn't even skill his ulti yet. He doesn't care. He just knows that he needs his basic skills to dominate this map. Not even that any amazing skills to take. I guess like Empower would be pretty good. Maybe Bloodseeker skills, or I would love to see a Morphling shooting little shredders, so that would be fun.
Not for the enemy team. But the Ethereal Blade is complete, and we do have a blink picked up now on the Magna, so perhaps we can find a better position here as Yapsor. We'll have smoke break, chasing after 33. Teleport out here from Skeeter. They will have to just be content here by putting some pressure over here on 33, and Nisha's just unstoppable. 6-0 and 1 at about 14 minutes into the game. It's pretty scary stuff.
Really hard for Tundra to play because what basically happens is Centaur or Nyx follows them wherever they go, and then this gives them information, and they use this information to get these pickoffs.
9 poking away over here at Matthew. Go, who used the God Strength. He's going to be able to put out some damage. There's the Stampede. The rest of Tundra, standing nearby. Dagger comes out. Use the RP to buy them some more time, but that is not how you want to use this. As Zai running in now. Blink away here over onto 9. But Tundra playing very defensive. Oh, Fata on the back line here. They get the Courier. And Yap's waiting patiently over here. He's looking for vision. Nisha should be able to just tick down over here onto Fata. Zai should be able to teleport out now at the last second. But again, he's so tanky. They immediately follow up, double hammer as they just hit them with that soul bind as well. Just very beautifully played here. Coming out from the side of Secret. 33 wants nothing to do with this. He's going to try to maybe cut the wave, drag it away, but Puppy is here. He's going to wind up, manages to land this. The stroke of fate slow him down a little bit, so he is dragging away the creeps. This is a very slow kind of chase, but
the thing to do is cut in the creep wave, and basically this one team fight that Secret just got, they're not able to profit from it because they're in the creep wave here.
Nice play here. They've got the damage.
Absolutely worth this. This bought him so much time. Offsets the whole last team fight. They just use big team fight ultimates with RP. That elongates everything. So now when they want to tier 2 tower, they have to again commit like 30 seconds to this. And by the time they fully commit to the tier 2, their ultimates are going to be up. Will it matter? Probably not. They're pretty far behind right now, but it was a great play in position.
You know, you do whatever you can, even if maybe, you know, maybe it doesn't matter in the long-term thing, but you know, at the time, it's best that you can do.
Yep, it is. So what they basically solved so far with their draft on the Tundra side was they guaranteed the lane for PA, who's doing fine. 1-0-2 on Skeeter. His net worth is pretty good considering how few kills they have. And he's just getting his death zone now. Secret last game hit this timing like 2 to 3 minutes earlier, but it feels like Tundra is so much on the back foot that like taking this like disadvantaged carry against Centaur just hasn't given them much advantage. Even if they've got good physical now. But the physical's not going to work against Morphling. He's got 30 armor. Skeeter can get stun interrupted.
Yeah. Oh, he tried. He was a little bit off.
Middle tower
I don't know why he bothered to slap him.
Don't know.
He's worried about dying or something.
But Skeeter is very happy about this because now he's empowered. Now he can take an ancient stack. And
he knows where Nyx was too.
yeah. I was gonna say, like, I really love the way that Yapster keeps tabs, but like this was a little surprising to me. Maybe just that turn rate just a little bit too slow. I don't know.
He went for the hit slap or the hit stun on purpose. He just thought he had a little bit more time. Probably didn't. Maybe he was looking somewhere else on the map. And so he didn't see the TP start when it did. So he probably thought he had a little bit more.
Possible.
Tundra going for a fight now.
There is Zai. He is a very, very tanky. You have Nisha nearby as well. Let's pop here. Nisha. Zai getting into position. They've got the blink forward. Zai immediately, though. Can they burst him down fast enough over here? Not quite as they go. They drop the chaotic offering, and they also use the rupture over here on the centaur. And it doesn't seem to matter. They will get leashed up, though, over here. Oh, the hammer coming through. Coming out from Matu. That's a good impale. This is not looking great for Fanta. He should be the next one to fall. And that's a double kill now for Matu.
Zai's positioning that was really sick. They already took the outpost. So he stood near the outpost. That way, if he broke a smoke, it would give him vision. So they didn't think about it. 3-3 runs right past the outpost, the smoke breaks, and all of a sudden, you're counter-initiated. Got a Quelling Blade party in the...
Yeah, right? Everybody drop your Quelling Blades. That's a requirement to get in this party. But yeah, I don't think they were expecting just how tightly Secret was playing there. You know, yes, you see that there's a centaur, that you see Zai, but you don't expect that the rest of the team sitting just a little bit further behind him. I don't know.
They wanted to take a fight, but they ran into an area that was a little dangerous. They didn't have vision, and Team Secret punished them for it. So, AK advantage, rockets used, no RP, but frankly, RP just doesn't even feel very good to me.
Yeah. Or the follow-up here from Matumba Man will be able to land the stun. Doesn't have that God Strength left anymore as 9 waits over in the tree line patiently. I don't think they're going to try to make a play here. As Nisha also pincering on the back lines. Yeah, there's a stomp coming out from Zai. Should be able to clean up Snaking at the very least. Do they go in for more, though? Speeder's going to teleport out. Kingsflow over here onto Zai. Yep, they just blow up Fata, and that's going to translate into a tower push here. As 9 continues to just dodge.
Always did get short shrift.
Speeder's still not dying, but they're also not winning fights. This is just going to get worse and worse as time goes on. They still don't have a more fun solution. That pick there for Secret was so good, especially after he got first blood in the mid lane. So game is looking, just don't have that.
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long.
They're really missing.
The PK, until she gets that BKB, is so susceptible to everything that they've got coming out from the side of Secret.
And the easy kills Grimstroke, but Grimstroke already has a Ghost Scepter. So
Dire's middle
I had no
tower
window
is
here.
fallen.
You get the Echo Saber picked up for 9 though now, so is progressing, but still having a little difficulties here, finding the opening and finding enough damage to get these kills. Feels like a lot of the time too, Secret is the one who's bringing the fight to them.
Tundra's trying, certainly. They went for a couple smokes there, but vision is really difficult. They've got one ward on Tundra's side. The Secret side, if you take a look at their vision, it's amazing across the middle of the river. Like, they're going to see what their opponents are doing if they try to split push anything, which is a great idea. If you see your opponents getting ready to split push, you go gank them, you push their lanes back out, and that keeps the map restricted.
That's exactly.
So they're going to see where their opponents are, and now they're going to smoke and head towards them. They can get a grab. Fata looking a little dead right now, but we'll see how things change in 10 seconds.
Teleport in. This is
Someone better
connect with that. Looks like they'll be happy enough here to burst down Snake King. There will be a stampede, and they'll find Fata. They're just going to get rid of him. They don't want that big ulti coming out, so down he goes. Nice still hiding in the tree line. They don't quite see him.
He's invisible. There's no way they can see his giant rhino butt through those trees.
He's pulling a Drax the Destroyer there, you know? He's just
trying to
so still.
Catch anybody that lingers. Like if Secret spreads out, he can maybe get a kill in the backline, but Secret's still playing his 5.
They managed to catch the wave there, but doesn't seem to matter. They've got the Cardi in the top, and they've got a creep wave coming in the middle. Zai's so tanky, just does not care that the tower's hitting him. Nisha dodging out over there with the Manta as well. Just gonna chip away over at this building.
This should make my life easier.
Well, they'll clear the wave, and Skeeter is getting some farm done. He's got Empower with his Desto, of course, but oh man, the pressure's just been so strong. feels like there's nowhere on the map that they can play outside of doing like smoke ganks and looking for kills. But again, they don't have the best heroes for that.
Yeah.
They have all this like AoE stuff. So much single target.
They drafted themselves a little bit into the corner on the side of Tundra here. And, you know, hats off to Skeeter. He's just trying to move as much as he can, trying to find this farm. But Secret has really just taken over the entire map.
He would love to have a couple extra levels too. He could have his blur on the lower cooldown,
Maybe
more
you could
evasion,
first
stuff like that.
Puppy? Do we go for Puppy here?
We'll have to go step. There's a low
Ooh,
chance.
Fata.
He gets him in like 2 seconds, and Puppy's not watching. But
just as much help as
now he's just waiting to cut creep waves, take ancients, that kind of thing.
Although they use the Stampede, looks like Mati would really like
Radiant's
the jump over
top
to Snake and walks right into the access. Nice and pale, couple hits, and Puppy manages to get the final hit off using the Stroke of Fate.
Once they get BKB and PA, that's when they're going to be a little more focused on taking a fight if possible. But
It's still so scary though. Even if you have a BKB, all right, so you're not locked down as hard, but I still feel like you're not
is under attack.
going to want to fight all of them.
yes,
Dire's structures are fortified.
most likely, it's assuming in a normal fight, is that the net worth that Secret has will be
Dire's
more than
bottom
enough
tower needs some help.
to defend things, but they'll maybe lose the supports, but they'll kill like a lot of heroes on the enemy lineup.
Okay, they're going to try to make a smoke
Dire's
play.
bottom tower is
Hiding over in the tree line. They have the chaotic offering. They also have the RP. A lot of things have to work just perfectly though.
With the right or like they have pretty good AoE middle. It's like if you get some amazing wombo combo, they can definitely kill the enemy lineup. Actually catch Morphling before he morphs. If they don't cast Stampede to get out of the Blood Right, for example, they've got some options here.
I'm just
They're gonna hit creeps.
I'm concerned that it's too much wombo combo because, all right, yeah, you take a team fight, you win it, right? You use everything that you've got on your lineup, but then they can just go right back in again over here on the side of Secret. They've got more of a skirmishy lineup. They don't have to rely on such high cooldowns.
Probably yes, but it's still a little scary because you're still going high ground, and that's a little worrisome. When you get Aegis or something like that, then yeah. Certainly like it could be scary. But basically what Tundra wants to do is they want to be able to take a big team fight win with some of their strong combos, and this is part of the reason Secret hasn't touched high ground yet, because they know they're super far ahead, and if they just get a pick off first, or if they get Aegis first, it becomes much easier to close out a Rex. But if Tundra can like win a big fight and then turtle again and then win like another big fight, then they can certainly get back into this game.
It's a bit of a tall order here as they do spot out Snaking immediately to wait for him. Forward cookie hop, but they cannot escape here as Nisha just blows him up. Yep, sir.
Downside to the Solar Crest rush.
All 4 of them grouped together here. It's a lot of space on the map here for Matu.
Not much magic resistance, so he dies real easy to that E-Blade combo, and that's the 4-position hero.
And that is one of the tankier 4 positions too. You know, we were talking about that earlier today, about how the 4s, all right, maybe they can make something happen here, 9, but again, they have that spike Carapace. The Chaotic offering, and they do manage to get the Soulbind off over on the backside. So get the stomp, Zai going very forward here, Nisha trying to find this opening. It's gonna wait for him away though. He's gonna be a little bit careful. Turn himself into his own version of PA.
Well, I mean, Rupture used, Golem used, not the worst. Stampede got used, but it's a much lower cooldown. It's not full committal. They still have RP to protect against BKBs and stuff like that.
True, and they also have the Snapfire Kisses too, so they can still, you know, provide a fight if it is brought to them, but definitely feels like they're on the back foot here. 19K net worth lead at 25 minutes in. Yeah, they're setting up here, looking for the Impale. We'll just throw down a little boop, walk away. No hard committal.
He's just forcing Tundra to you know, like he just did that. He spends a mana, loses a clarity potion, but he forces everybody on Tundra to move over or TP back or spread out, not spread out basically. All this just gives them more net worth advantage. You have to make them think that you're ready to pressure at any moment so that they continue playing defensive. Whereas in the meantime, Sven has just been hitting creeps for legitimately like a minute and a half. And if a fight starts, he's not going to be there. Straight up. But they also know their opponents aren't going to fight right now because they don't have Golem and they miss Rupture. So like Secret can do these feint pokes pretty confidently without having to worry about repercussions.
Both of the cores on the side of Secret now have Satanics online. Skeeter does finish up the BKB, so perhaps they can get some sort of a pick off.
Yep, so the smoke.
Sven gets in there. Yeah, they've got the vision. Cut it back. Got the illusion over here.
It's good. They got the high ground now.
Definitely feels very tenuous though for the side of Tundra. They're hoping they can look at this battle between 33 and the illusion. My goodness.
He's mostly tanky and set direct, but still, yeah.
Dire's
It
middle
did not look
tower is
good.
under attack.
He's still in the front. Arm continues 20k advantage now on Secret, but they haven't seen a neutral camp in like 20 minutes or something, so this is pretty good.
These are items they gotta get.
Ooh, big one. Construction. Skeeter's gonna help.
Another illusion. Takes forever for them to get rid of it. But you can see again the way that Secret's just playing. Very tightly knit. Keeps on forcing in the lanes, trying to make sure that they can't get out, they can't get farm.
And they're putting Yapsor between where their opponents are and where they might smoke towards, so that he can break them and make any chances of getting these kills unlikely, while they continue just farming the map fully effectively.
They got the shard online as well for the Grimstroke, so be able to push out waves very nicely, along with the Stroke of Fate.
The shard doesn't help with creep waves much. It's more for like against heroes. So he's just basically just safely keeping the creep wave push without having to show anybody, because he can stroke them so far away.
Standing right there. Because they're already dead. He's immediately going to buy back, and Fata just immediately gets blown up. Another buyback coming out now. They're not happy about this over here on the side of Tundra. Nisha popping that Manta.
Get some vision of Fata.
Or the illusion, rather. Yeah, they're going to wait right in. They blow Fata. That is a dieback, and they get a nice RP off over here on the side. But do they have enough damage? Yes, they will be able to. They finally take down Nisha's godlike spree. As they'll chase after 33. They want this kill. They know that he bought back. They just need a little bit more damage, and he's just getting slowed down so very much. As they'll turn around, they get the soul line. Double hit here with the strong hammer. Eater. They just have too much damage as they'll kill 9. The tips are coming out, and they go right into that base and start wailing away here on the tower.
I mean, there's just so many things up against Tundra in this game. Like, they have this like right click draft, but they're playing against Centaur, which is the first pick of the game. He's gonna buy Vanguard, which means that killing him in the laning stage is not gonna happen. They didn't have magic damage much. It's usually your mid player is the guy that brings that, but it's a Centaur. And then like they also have to play against Warcraft, which has talent for it. 11 seconds of bonus armor, and he's gotten the 10 armor talent. He give his team 25 armor. How is PA supposed to do anything in this game with like a Deso Rush build? It's just not gonna work out. Assuming that you don't get a net worth advantage, of course, but like Tundra did not win the lanes, and now they've just been slowly choked out by Secret. Maybe they're hoping to get like a good team fight. Maybe they're expecting Secret to make a mistake, but they didn't. They haven't really.
They've just been so surgical with the way that they've been taking these fights. They've looked very, very good. Yes, you know, they ended up having to use the RP. I believe they also ruptured Nisha and they skewered him away, but just the way that Secret is positioning looks just so good here, and Fata has to be so careful. Look at this. He knows he's coming, too. Waveform forward. Nisha will just blow him up.
Tell the difference between a Morphling right click and an E-blade right now, but Fata at least. They are both very strong. So another death here. 25k gold advantage. Tundra's still trying. I thought they might GG after that 5-0 in the mid lane, but they're going to give it another shot.
Now, I noticed, too, that the Centaur actually picked up the shard, and I've heard some conflicting things on this. Do you like that? He had it in the last fight.
It's cool here, because he's going to cast it twice every time that somebody's soul binded. So it's not just getting one cast off the bat, he's getting 2. So he should get 15% more strength times 2 instantly. Not to mention it'll double edge multiple times in the fight. So I think in this game where he's ultra fun, it's completely fine.
Okay.
But he basically had I think he's got Crimson Guard on the way. Maybe he went back for Shard, but he's got an abundance of items, way more than he's supposed to. So absolutely fine in this circumstance to increase his damage.
We are going to see a lot of Stormhammers flying around here as the Sven did pick up the Shard as well.
And the flank and his axe, actually.
But we're going to see a lot more with the cooldown.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Double damage here on Nisha. I don't know if you want to go anywhere near this guy right now. He looks terrifying. Has the Aegis on top of that. He's got all the room. Yeah, look at this up. I was about to say, okay, Mihawk coming forward. Doesn't matter, though, because they've got a Cardi. They've got all the necessary here. They sidestep this blood right, easy peasy. Mach just wailing away at the buildings, as is Zaimatu, throwing out the Stormhammer over onto the Warlock. So a little bit of a warning shot here. Buyback coming out from the Snapfire. Got the Lotus Orb, it will bounce right back again. Rupture will be used, a good skewer, but again, Matu here is just going to turn around, just going to start wailing away. RP comes out into the blood room, but the BKBs have been popped, and Fix uses life stealing off right away as for the false snaking falls. 9 to fall, 33 just getting chased down by Nisha. And the GG called as it's a team wipe. Tundra, they put up a good fight, but Secret just looked so much better.
I mean, if we just ignore game 2, Secret looks like an absolute, they look like the season 1 Secret. They played incredible games 1 and 3. They played pretty well game 2 as well. Tundra did better, but yeah, this game 3 was like, felt like outdraft, felt like outplay. They made no mistake.